Nothing, bro. Nothing at all.
Check it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Live right away.
Whoa, that's
Love.
that new internet,
I
bro.
love
Yeah,
it. I hope.
man.
I hope it don't fuck around, man, because you never know.
Well, like,
We've had some problems before.
if you're up at wait 250, bro, you know 250 now, 250 megabytes.
Yeah, but you never know.
A lot.
But last time
The same, man. The same. That's what I love.
last time I had to call and put some pressure on them a few times.
Yeah.
I remember shit kept going out.
I think you used to be like around 25 or some shit though. You know, so I think you were a lot lower.
Really?
I think you literally because like a lot of the packages I initially looked at were 10, 25. Because I mean that's all you really need. You know,
I think I was that low.
That's not low. That's still good. That's enough for
I'm
online
saying compared
gaming.
to what I got.
Well, comparatively, yeah. But I mean, like that's enough for online gaming for you to have responsiveness in online gaming. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like, if 25 is good, is 250 really that? No.
Well, the YouTube results prove themselves. I mean,
exactly. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Shit Show.
Thank you for tuning in again.
That went super live, super quick, man.
Usually we got a little bit of a build up there. Still need a Jamie in this bitch. We're still looking for a Jamie. We're still looking for a lot of things down here. Me and Steve have pretty much decided that we just like what we're doing. You know, we like just go live, pretty much, just talking. Exactly. Shoot some shit.
Yeah, you just like natural conversation where it's. I mean, like that's my favorite thing is that like nothing is like forced. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't think we're sitting here banging our heads together like, who are you talking about this shit? Who are you doing? What are we doing? That's the best part. It's just free flowing, natural conversation. And I tell you what, man. Like I remember, we used to meet up, but like we never used to meet as much as we do with the podcast and talking on the capacities that we do for as long as we do. It feels good, man. It really does feel good, bro. Just talking, you know.
I know. I thought that so much more people would be interested.
I don't think that I've ever been in a position like right now to where I've talked so much in a 1 week period. At least when it comes to like the things that like we kind of just like go over as we're down here. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe I've talked about the weather 8 times today. You know, like I've had people talk about it, but to have actual conversation, I guess, can make me think sometimes, or even think about something for the first time. It's like it's nice.
I feel like that right there is kind of what intimidates people from wanting to come on and talk. You know, that's kind of that thing right there of like it's live. They might say some shit that I'm not familiar with, or put me on a spot that I don't want to be in.
I also think that most people don't think they're good at conversation.
Yeah, it's definitely true.
I would consider myself one of those people where I don't think I'm good at conversation. Just I don't know. I don't think of myself as like, because I mean I've met people like everyone knows someone interesting. You know what I'm saying? You've met that person like, oh yeah, after high school, once I did my class prank where I filled out water balloons with my piss. I threw them everywhere, some shit. Then biked across the country. It took 3 months. Came back, hit the waves in Hawaii for a little while. Like, it's like just someone to know that, like, it's just like what most people would like think of as interesting and just have endless things to talk about. I don't think of myself as like that type of person. I always get worried because I'm like, man, I don't have that 3-month biking across the country story. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, like, you sure compare yourselves to people, but like, it just seems like that's what people do, comparatively speaking. They'll just like be like, I could never be that interesting, or I don't even think I could even talk about something like that.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean now that you said it. I've never really felt like that. For me, I feel like I do feel like I'm a conversation guy, and I feel like it's always just been incorporated with one thing. It's just like I feel like I just have super empathy. I've always said it. I just feel like I'm just gonna be super empathetic. I can almost put myself in anybody's shoes. So like even if somebody's telling me something that I never experienced, I can almost kind of be there.
And I don't know, because like most people's fear is getting into that social situation that's uncomfortable where you have some type of awkward silence. But a lot of that is caused because one or both people in the conversation are scared of having this awkward silence. And now they're here, now they're worried, and now they're panicking because they're trying to get out of this awkward silence. And it just makes it worse because now you're panicking. You're just like, oh, what the fuck did I think about? Like, it's just, I don't know, man. It's like, it's weird to see social anxieties on such a high level nowadays.
For me, it's like, it works like, it's like, give me something that you did. Like something like that guy you just described. Just give me a thing like that,
Like,
right?
what do you mean? Like,
Well, you surf in Hawaii and stuff, right?
okay, it's
Let's
like
just say it was
interesting guy
something.
part right
Just
here.
name something.
Interesting guy right
Let's
here.
come up with something.
A free climbed, Apollo Loco, whatever.
Right off of
We
that. Of
watched it.
course, I never free climbed that. You know what I mean? But right off the jump, I just put myself on the rock, right? With my own hands on there. And then I start thinking about what would you think about, Noel? And then I go like,
Oh yeah.
oh, did your
Yeah.
hand slip any times, bro? Oh, did anybody watch you?
Yeah,
Oh, did you did it
100%.
before? Oh, did you
100%.
plot it out? How long did it take you? How
Yeah.
nervous were you? Did you ever think about dying? Were you sure you were gonna do it? You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah,
just could go all
exactly,
day
man.
long.
Exactly, yeah.
So it's just for people when people
Would
say
you
like
would you say that the conversation came naturally to you? Would you say that? Was it
100%
naturally?
for me because it's just like that's what I do with anything. Like even if you came over here today and was telling me a story that you went through today, I don't listen to it as if Steve went through it. I go, okay, what if I was
I
dealing
feel
with
you.
that? That's how
I
I
feel
look
you.
at things.
So the way I kind of put it, the way I've kind of like have viewed myself or think of myself when I talk to people when I carry conversation is that I'm what I would consider someone to be is an active conversationalist. Like I am personally, I'm actively working to hold the conversation. You know, like I'm not saying I'm carrying the weight of carrying this conversation, but just know that on the inside, me personally, I am working to have this conversation. You know, I am taking what I'm thinking and giving it like words actively, and I gotta kind of like put that out there. Like it's not natural. I have to actively create conversation as I'm talking and going with people because it
It's
doesn't
so
come
weird. It's
naturally
so weird to
me.
hear
It
that.
doesn't
Yeah.
come naturally, and I just like it doesn't come naturally to me. So like when I meet someone new, you know, like it's just I don't have like there's just like yeah if it flows good, and then there's times like you know if especially when this person's also really good at having a conversation, we can get in that rhythm, and then like we're just firing back and forth all day, you know, because I mean there's a rhythm to conversation, there's a tango to it, takes two to tango, but like it's you such as yourself, I think you're a natural conversationalist. All this is just coming into your brain naturally, but like me, like I would say that like there's like I'm not saying that like you like energy or like you're not actively doing that, but like you know what I mean when I say an active
No, I
conversation. Right?
totally
Like
got. I
you
think you
know,
put it a good
like
way.
I am working internally in my own brain to just like continue this conversation, go away and fire and just like okay, what can I ask next, or like, huh, you know, what am I gonna say, that type of thing. You know, it's not like I pose that question to me, but like as I'm listening to their story, it's just like I'm just like okay, huh. So you know, you're climbing. My hand slipped. Oh, what'd you think about when your hand slipped? You know, as I listened to it, and then I was just, I guess I could ask about that. Like it's just like I'm just working actively in my mind,
Got you.
in
No,
real
okay. I see.
time
I
to
see.
create it.
For me, like when somebody's like explaining something to me, like say, you know, a memory of theirs or a situation that they went through, the way that I'm thinking about it is like I'm putting together all the details you're getting me, and then I'm trying to find out the detail you didn't get me. Like that's kind of how I work. So I always got something to say, you know, because so like when somebody's done telling me something, I like to guess the thing they didn't tell me, you know, like, oh, and the whole time you're just thinking, you know, I like to be like that. I like to think, I
Right,
like to
right.
try and like, because I try and go so in depth with it to go, well, how would I be feeling if I went through that? You know, oh, and you're just so scared in that moment, ain't you? You're
Yeah,
just so worried that they're going to come through it. Like, you know, trying to explain what they're
yeah.
going through and then get a feel of that. And I think, I guess, man, you got me really. We're thinking about our
Exactly. Yeah,
characteristics
yeah,
now.
yeah.
So then, if you got me thinking, like, why do I do that? I guess I would say it's because, like, I'm built. I built like this. I build like this database in my head of like situations I've never encountered, but that I'm ready for. You know, that's why I guess like I talk about like the prison rape scenario or whatever it may be. Like I might never live it, but I like to have like a database in my life of like how I reacted to that.
Yeah.
So if you tell me something you went through that I never been through, I want to know what you were thinking. What's the
Yeah.
mistake you made? What do you regret doing? What do you wish you would have did differently? All of those along the line, so that I'm ready for a similar situation or that one exactly.
Yeah. So like a lot of time, I would say, especially when it comes to new people or meeting new people, because I mean, when I said that scenario earlier, where I was like, you have someone who's scared of awkward silence or an awkward moment. I am that guy where I'm scared. I'm actively scared, actively worried about entering this awkward state of just where it's just like you're just there and the two of you are just quiet. Like, well, what are you guys gonna talk about? It's like, well, now I'm in that state where I'm just awkward
We've
silence.
all
And I'm
been
panicking,
there.
But it's like, so the whole reason I'm actively conversating is because I'm gonna be sure to avoid that area, that pitfall.
You know, that situation with a girl, right?
Oh,
Where you
yeah,
just literally
yeah.
can't say nothing. I mean,
Yeah.
you just said, I think I got a conversation guy, and I still have been in situations like that where I'm just
Yeah.
like, I want to say something.
Yeah.
I can't. I just can't get down. It's just like nothing going. You got a girl sitting right next to you, and you're just like,
Yeah, then of course, after so long, it's like, well, what's the right thing to pull up from here?
Andrew, I told you the joke before, but Andrew Schultz had the best joke about that. It's like, he's like, I used to be so good at not getting pussy that when I was with a girl, I would just say nothing. It's like, no, seriously, I'd be with them, I would say nothing.
Yeah.
We could be in the same cab together.
It's just, but I mean, like, that's one thing is like weird about the world is like that's like I guess maybe people are just more open with it, but I think we have like a huge degree. Or maybe just because it's pushed to the forefront because that's just what the world does with mental health and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But
You ever just said something super smooth to a bitch though, and you get home, you're just like, jerk off. Yeah, I got her.
Yeah.
It's literally how it is. Like, I mean, when you're a kid, now I might be like 14, and like you just time a joke perfectly, and a bitch laugh. You're just like, I'm fucking. It's just never. It never comes. It never comes. So you're just like, yeah. And then it could be like literally like, say that happened in 6th grade. You're in like you're about to finish up 7th now, and you're mad because she dated someone else. It's like, what that one time I made that joke. You laughed. You didn't wait for me.
You said I was funny as shit. You said out loud to the class.
Meanwhile, it's been 2 years. You knew I was shy. I
thought we had a thing.
I was waiting until we went away to high school.
What happened to us? What happened to us?
I thought we were dating. I legit thought we were dating for 2 years.
You got R&B on the way home. You're looking at the school bus. You're just like, you swear your heart just got broken. You're updating your stats on MySpace. It's complicated.
This bitch just dropped down to 10th.
It's complicated.
That's so weird, ain't it? I guess it looks better than divorced. I'm looking at the stand-up comedy, people. I'm looking at the stand-up comedy. I just need people to talk. That's the thing.
I've had, I want to say a couple friends recently that they're pursuing comedy, and like some of them are good, and then you see a couple, I'm just like, man, balls to be a fucking comic.
See, I like the Andrew Schultz style, bro, where it's like not even really going, don't even go up there with much material, just off of the crowd. I feel like my best jokes come off of the timing jokes, so it's like you gotta just ask people shit, and then you just
And it's natural, man.
Yeah,
it's natural. It's way more natural.
You're packing. I'm just packing people.
That's always been my thing when you listen to some comics, especially Kevin Hart. He's terrible with it, bro. And that's been my thing about his stand-up since day one. Is like you hear him come on, it's just like his segues are always just like he'll get a punchline. I was talking to my son the other day. I was talking to my son. We were talking. Just like, and it's just like there's either no segue or it just brings up some completely other thing with like no.
Yeah, 100%.
With that, you don't need to worry about that because that banter with the crowd is your transition.
Right.
They set you up. Like Andrew Schultz is a funny guy. I'm sure he's a funny conversationist. He's not gonna sit there and write together some type of he's not gonna work on a 1 hour like comedy stand-up routine. He might have 30 minutes, and then the other 30 minutes is just be him, just going back and forth.
Doesn't it seem like that would be hell? To go out there, you do 50 shows, and you're just saying, probably just like,
1 hour.
So, my son. Next day, you're in Oakland. So, my son. Next day, you're in fucking LA. So, my son. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, man.
No wonder you want to die. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
fuck.
I think that's what they. I mean, like, you're not gonna have 60. You're not gonna do a world tour of like 25 shows and have a different hour every 25 shows. You know what I'm saying? But like they're also doing that. What I mean, maybe not. I don't know the thing, but I'm pretty sure they're doing 2 hours that they cut up and like make 1 hour, so it's just kind of different throughout a little bit. I don't know, man. I feel like they just have their solid 2 hour line for this thing.
Well,
that they
most of the time they have to do it because that's what people want to see. Like, that's the thing they say about Bert Kreischer.
Yeah.
Like Bert Kreischer, he has to do that machine story, bro.
Yeah.
Everywhere he goes.
Yeah.
It's like a 20-minute joke.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he has to keep that same energy.
I swear when you listen to that Sober October one, like Joe's digging at him for it. They're just like,
he's brought it up a couple times.
You're the machine, man. You gotta take your shirt off. People would get mad if you take your shirt off.
And he's like, and remember, he's like, he gets a little sad. He's like, I like taking my shirt off.
Yeah.
Like, well, you got to.
Yeah. He's like, well, no, I lost a lot of weight. I'll probably keep my shirt on. It's just like,
he literally can't. He wouldn't think he's funny anymore.
Yeah.
I don't think he's funny.
And I think he knows that too.
I don't think he's funny at all, bro.
So when I first,
I think he's the least.
I thought it was funny. It's a funny story.
Never thought it was funny. I think he's the least. He's the least funniest person out of everyone on that show. Out of all that,
my favorite before I like even that joke, I put one before is when he was telling the joke about that Korean school. And it was just the one part where he's just like, they go to that school and like it's just a bunch of Koreans, and like he goes up to his wife and his wife's like, well, I told you there'd be a lot of Koreans. He's like, bitch, a lot of Koreans is 7. Like it's like I thought that one was funny, when that was initially came out, but
for me, I just never really heard anything, and it's like there's for me, it's like one little thing can really kill you with me, man, and Bert Kreischer's it's always the little things with me, man. Bert Kreischer's X mark for me was the last Sober October podcast they did. Where as they were going on live, he's like, I don't know if about live, but when he brought it up, he's like, Joe was like, so tell us about what happened with you and Ari. And he's like, well, he's like, and then he's like, well, I don't want to talk about it. That's what he says. He's like, I don't want to talk about it. And Joe's like, he's like, okay, well, you don't have to talk about it. You said, he's like, when we were off the podcast, you said that you want to talk about it on the podcast. And he's like, all right, so, and he just goes into telling the story. I'm like, bro, this guy literally he could have told that to just his group of friends, right?
Right.
He could have just had that with his group of friends. Instead, like this dude got drugged by his friend, which, hey, that is what it is. You can argue that all you want. But to go tell your girl, to tell all of your other friends, to tell your kids, to tell all the other comics, like to make it this big scene to where you could have just kept it between Joe,
right.
I forget, Ari and the other dude. I forgot. Why can't I forget the other? Tom.
Yeah,
Tom Secure. Yeah. He's funny. He's funny too. I like him too. Yeah. But you could have just had that a talk between y'all. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then you guys as friend been like, yo, all right, that ain't cool. You know what I mean? Instead, you were like, I don't want to talk about it until we get on the podcast that the world can hear it. And now all of a sudden I want to bring it up like I'm upset and mad.
Yeah.
That shit just pissed me off. I'm like, oh, you're so unfunny that when somebody has to do some dumb shit to you and you got to tell it live because that's going to be your only moment of funny all the podcast because you're not funny at all.
He also might want to make an hour out of it. Like,
yeah, seriously. But that's the thing though, bro, that an hour out of it. That literally would be an hour of his. Yeah. Like it's just, it's very weak shit, bro. You can tell a lot. I don't even think Tom Secure and Ari are the most talented. I don't think none of them are that talented. As far as
I like Ari. I just like. I think
as
Ari,
far as
I just like Ari.
Yeah. Ari's funny to me.
Yeah.
All of them have their moments besides Bert Kreischer to me, but I don't think none of them are that talented. Yeah. As far as comedy, I don't think any of them are supreme funny. Where I've heard some people like Joey Diaz is legit, fucking hilarious. Yeah, exactly. I don't know if he's the GOAT like Joe's saying, but he's definitely up there. There's some people I've heard come in there that I just thought were fucking
I don't
crazy
think,
funny.
I think Joe as a person is generally funny, but as a comedian, I don't think he's that funny.
I mean, neither.
You know, I think generally Joe's pretty funny though. You know, but
Yeah.
I think mainly what gets me is when he gets that laugh going. He just like like he gets that like little stutter laugh going on.
Bro,
know?
I feel like, I'm beating a dead horse now, but I honestly believe, like, I think Andrew Shaw
beating that
Joe is like
horse.
one of the funniest people, if not the funniest person he ever on there, bro. Because of his ability to do that type of comedy we're talking
Yeah,
about.
bro. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when you do that kind of comedy, like, it's just always fresh. It's always funny.
Yeah, exactly. And what makes it ultimately funny is just the real time interaction. It's as simple as that. It's just simple. Like that's what makes it so hilarious for other people too, because now they have someone to laugh at. And it goes down the line. You know, I mean, like it's never ever one person. Of course, people put targets on their back when they start yelling shit out and saying shit back to them.
That's
When,
also they like that. They want to be able
yeah.
to be like, yeah, I was saying some shit to him and he said this about me.
But-
Ha! Like people laugh about it too.
Yeah, some people, but like there's also that one bitch she had going where it's just
That's
like,
what he wants
where he
though,
was just
because
like-
everybody else is
exactly,
gonna love
but,
it.
Like she was 100% not with it.
No.
He was just like, bitch, get the fuck out. Like,
Right. It's like you can leave. Yeah. But I thought that there's obviously he says some corny shit too every once in a while, but I think for the most part, like that dude is funny, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Andrew Schultz is gonna blow up, man.
Yeah.
I just think he's stupid funny. Like,
well, I think that's why he's gotten to where he is, where like he has the podcast with Charlotte.
you know who I put right there with him? Theo Von. Theo Von is fucking funny, dude.
Yeah,
he's another guy just like Andrew, where like it's effortlessly funny. It's
Yeah.
more effortlessly than Andrew. I just think Andrew is funnier because he just says like way more offensive shit. Where like Theo's just like funny because you're just like, man, just the way he talks, like just the shit he says, you know.
Yeah,
Like remember the one where he's talking about shooting the owl and shit, where he was on Joe. He's like, yeah, I was at my cousin's house and we should have had Al. He's like, we should have had Al. And and then Joe's like, what? You had Al? He's like, I don't think that's
legal.
He's like, I don't think it's legal. And like Theo never got that Joe was being serious. He thought Joe was joking about that. And at the end, he's like, just yeah, he's like at the end of them talking, he's like, yeah, we ate the owl. And then it was like, he's like, you mean you allegedly ate the owl or something like that. And he's like, no, like we had owls. It's just so funny, I'm hearing it from him with the mullet. It's like, that's what it seems like. God.
Yeah, I remember like there was like one time he was talking. He was like, yeah, I remember like I was like coked up and like on a little bit of heroin. I was trying to get into my motel room. He was like, how long ago was that? How old were you? It was like 34. Like, how old are you now? 37.
That's like 6 months ago, dude. I know one part where they showed him when he was at the UFC when Dustin Poirier won his championship, and like there's like they even got him on like audio recording from the UFC things, and it's like twist his nuts. And like you've heard it a lot, but just funny seeing this guy with a mullet like twist his nuts.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's just effortless.
Mullet sitting front seat.
I would say Theo Von, Andrew Schultz, like they're the two funny. Joey Diaz, like. That is my type of comedy, man. Just you will never get bored of it, man. You could put them anywhere and they'll be funny as shit because they can just laugh at the environment.
Well, I also feel like you go up and you talk to Andrew Shaw. You're talking to Andrew Shaw.
Yeah, I agree.
You go up and talk to Joey Diaz. You're talking to Joey Diaz, the one that you just saw on stage. You know what I'm saying? Like I think when Joe's on stage, you're not talking to Joe. You know what I'm saying? Like he's always said that he's like an exaggerated version of himself. And that's what I'm saying. Like you're not you. Like Andrew Shaw's isn't an exaggerated version of him. He's Andrew Shaw's. That's not an exaggerated version of Joey Diaz. That's Joey Diaz.
Yeah, my thing with Joe is like it always sounds so forced. Where it's like you feel like you got to be like this funny, smart guy, and you're trying to come up with like these elaborate scenarios over and over and over. Where like. You're like this cool, chill, mellow, smart dude who's laughing at like a crazy world situation. Yeah. And you can't you just keep trying to develop that situation. And I know you didn't live all that. And once I believe you're telling me fictional shit, I just don't like it.
So JRE has a cult following. Joe Rogan's podcast has a cult following. I think that's another reason that he also gets the tours that he does because people who listen to the podcast, like Joe Rogan's
Bro, he's
podcast,
legit.
are gonna
Arguably
come
might be
out.
the number one comedian in the world.
Who, Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. As far as selling tickets, it's like him, Dave Chappelle,
Dave Chappelle, yeah.
Kevin Hart,
Yeah,
people like that.
that's true. That's true. You're right.
Bro, Joe and Dave Chappelle sold out fucking MSG.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? Like they're selling out stadiums and shit,
Yeah.
bro.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, you know, like, I think that gets Joe a lot of his, you know, following as well.
It's funny how
'Cause
like Joe even
I wanted to
says.
go to see his shit just because I like his podcast. That's one reason I wanted to go.
It's
you know?
funny how Joe was like, yeah, for sure. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
But,
I should say one reason.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He even said like he was like, I feel bad for the people that are like at the top, you know, in those big venues. He's like, you really can't enjoy the show that good.
Yeah.
Which it probably is.
Yeah, I bet, because I mean that's when you get those sets that you do, like Joe's sets, Kevin Hart's sets. When you have so many people in front of you, like, you know, you have that, like, you know, even Dave Chappelle sets. I mean, he has a little more ability to like free form. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you like, I think it just gets more and more staged the more people you kind of have in front of you. You know, I don't know why that might be, but you know, maybe because that guy up there can't hear what the front row guy said to you. You know.
But you know, I've been like, I was high up, you know, for Red Hot Chili Peppers. You know, maybe it's music, so that's something different. But like,
that's way different. Yeah.
But like, I was still into it, you know.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like, yeah, but I mean, yeah, you're still into it, but like I said, like, it's better because like you can interact with a smaller crowd easier, and kind of everyone will be on it. But like, you really can't, you know, interact with that front row person because that guy in that, you know, highest row is not going to hear you or that interaction. They're just going to hear your response. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so and even if you're like heckling if you're arguing with a heckler or someone, I can't really see who the heckler is or nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I can make a face out of 1 in 1,000, but 1 in 10,000, my chances go way down. You know what I'm saying? So
that's what, bro. I always tell the story of how, you know, I've seen J. Cole twice. The second time I seen him, I paid $180 for each ticket, so $360 for 2 tickets to see him, right? Yeah. Like 18 rows back, right? From the front, yeah. The first time I seen him, I paid $1 for a front row seat.
What the hell?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, ain't that wild, yo?
Yeah, how the fuck did you pull the $1 for a front row?
Bro, literally was driving home. It's a great story. Driving home. And, you know, I work downtown. I'm driving home with Bill. And we're coming up. We're driving literally past Soundstage, bro. About to come up past Soundstage. And I'm scrolling Facebook. And I had, you know, I was following Cole since the beginning. So I had liked all his pages and all his shit. And on his personal Facebook page, he posted $1 in a Dream Tour, you know, Baltimore Soundstage tonight, basically. And I literally seen it when it said, you know, just now, basically. Like, I got it right there, bro. And I'm just like, hold the fuck up. And I didn't even know what that was. And I looked it up, and he was doing like this $1 in Dream Tour where he just goes to random cities and does it and announces a random $1 per ticket thing. Ooh. Yeah, and we're literally coming up on Soundstage, bro.
You were like,
it's pouring down raining, bro. And there's like a long ass line, yo. As soon as we come up, I was like, fuck it. $1, we wait, bro. You know, a long ass line there is like for Soundstage, they can only let like 50, 60 people in tops. You ever been there?
Yeah, it's not big.
It's not big at all. Yeah. You can only let so many people in. So it was like literally like maybe 50 people in there, bro. We just went straight up to the front, yo. Literally fucking J. Cole performing right here in front of us for a fucking 2 hours, bro. Yeah. Just blowing it down, drinking. Yeah. He came down, got right in the middle of that floor, and we're just like was spinning right there in a circle, bro. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's top right there,
bro.
Top right there, man.
As far as like experience, like that's my golden experience.
Yeah, I mean, like I've never been too close. I mean, like
I just got lucky.
Yeah, like 3 years ago, I went and saw a Logic concert. I mean, I was probably like 10 rows back. You know, it's probably more like 18. It's probably like 18, 20. But I mean, it's pretty close. It's still like that's a small stage. So it's like, you know, it's like oh, there he's right there. You know what I'm saying? It was Joey Badass too. That was another thing.
Oh, that's
Joey Badass was right there. That motherfucker long, man. But I mean, bro, like that's what I gotta do more of. I just gotta do more musical experiences. Like just like it's funny. Like so much happiness is generated from this loud music and all these people. It's just a group feeling type of deal.
The problem is like a lot of shit is so overpriced most of the time.
That is what.
That's the main thing, ain't it? If like every ticket was $50, you'd be at a lot of shows.
And then, like
I'd be at 4 shows a month.
You hear on Ticketmaster, and it's like 15% processing fee. It's like $16 on top of that. And you're like, I'm $66 in the hole. I'm looking at who? Like
that's how I like my cousin Rodney. Like he'll show me an event. He'll be like, my cousin Rodney will show me an event. He'll be like, yo, $70 for this ticket, and like you go to it, it's like $70 is literally like the top. Just so far away. I'm like, why would I even pay for that? Yeah. There's very few places where I feel like the top, you're still in it.
Exactly.
I think when you go to a Ravens game, you could be anywhere in there.
Yeah.
Orioles game, anywhere in there.
I've said
you're in the action.
Top seats.
You're in the action, especially a Ravens game now. You are in the action.
100%.
But I've been far back for certain things, and it is different.
Yeah. I mean, NBA games is a little different. Like you're back, like that. That's not too huge, and like you really lose sight of that ball.
Yeah, the good thing with the NBA though is that it is small,
big screen,
so it don't really go away until you get way back. Yeah. Where like when you get to the Ravens, it's like pretty much that whole the Ravens, not necessarily the Ravens, but like something like that.
Yeah,
that third level is like you're not gonna see, really. Like if a concert was being performed at M&T Bank Stadium and you were in the third row. That's a bad seat.
Yeah.
I mean, the third highest, all the way up. The third row.
I remember last time I went to the Ravens game, they had that dude who parachuted in the stadium, and he had the helmet cam, and it showed the helmet cam on the big screen right there, and you could see it everywhere. And I remember we were pretty high up, so I remember watching him come in, and I'm just like, I was just so fucking high. I'm looking at him, I'm just like, I had to look away because I was just about to like have like a panic attack. I was just like, oh god, like I'm so high up, it's so high, he's just falling. Like I was just stupid. It was just like and it was also like all the vibration from all the sound going on and shit. People were cheering and shit, and like shit's going crazy.
We definitely got to try at the game before it's all over this year, man.
Oh yeah,
we should try and get even like if it is a top seat like that.
I think one thing like the one thing that sucked about that was that it was a primetime game, so like there was a lot of extra shit, like you said, and it was also a nighttime game, so it was also cold. And that was the worst thing about it. Yeah, I like the sun at least.
Freezing, bro.
So I mean, definitely no 8:00 games out this bitch, man.
No.
In November. That was December, I think. No,
that
was like late December.
That was like late December, dog. Yeah, that was cold.
Just out there, that bitch is high up too. That wind is just like
so cold, chopping you.
And then like, you don't got no fucking nerve to sell hot chocolate,
right?
Like what? Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like in the summertime, you got lemonade coming around. Ideas, bro. Start having that hot chocolate man go around.
Couldn't we have did like maybe it just wasn't coming all the way up there.
You're paying enough for your seats.
I ain't walking all those.
You're paying enough for your seats, bitch.
Couldn't we just have like straight up some solar panels on the seat for like a heated seat?
Solar panels?
So little tiny solar panel on each seat and
cool.
For a heated seat.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's where you get in the shit where you're talking like we have like solar panel walkways, like going places and shit.
Yeah. What about if you just did like a solar panel floor on everybody's feet and it just like radiated heat up?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that
would be cheap.
I remember that was one thing they talked about doing. Like it was like a very early thing where like remember they talked about the solar panel roads where you had solar panel roads everywhere. And then during the wintertime, like they could use the charge of themselves from the sun to heat themselves up, and you won't have to salt the shit.
Right.
But
that's why I've always been envious of the dome teams. Mm-hmm. They just keep it at 71, I think it is. Just it
feels good in there.
You could just be in January, bro, and you're just in there and watching a dome playoff game. It's like,
go in, you take your jacket off, you chill out.
You ain't bring a jacket. You ain't bring a jacket.
Well, you might. You still might.
I ain't bringing a jacket in. I know once I'm in that bitch, I'm going.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna get pumped up. We drove. Let's go. I want a dome.
Yeah, that's like
Steve, throw a dome on that bitch.
Throw a dome on that bitch.
Talking to Bashotti.
Throw a dome piece on that bitch. You talking about Bashotti? You're talking to me.
No, I'm talking to Bashotti. Throw a dome on that motherfucker.
You want a dome on that?
I'll throw up on that. He wanna get the citizens to fund that? I fund that bitch. I got a 50 piece for that.
Yeah, put it on.
I got a
Put it
50 piece.
on.
There's like this one thing that they got now. It's like a, I guess you could say website or app or whatever. Famous one that's now basically beginning of the season. It's actually for like 6 weeks into the season. You pay $50 if your team goes to the Super Bowl, you get a Super Bowl ticket. What do you think about that?
I mean, like, so I think that should be the way it is. Like, so I think about how they have the shit, how they do it in soccer. They have an away side and a home side. No matter where you go, there's a certain amount of seats. I mean, there's less seats obviously on away games for the away team, but there's a certain amount of a lot of seats for away fans to fill up. So I mean, like, so at any given home game, you have a certain amount of away fans that are allowed in the stadium at any point. You know what I'm saying? So like in the Super Bowl, it should be the same thing.
It is like that in the Super Bowl. It is like that in the Super Bowl. But this is just specifically. This ain't even about that.
Like
you know what I mean? This is
goes,
about somebody paying $50 and getting a Super Bowl ticket. And basically all 31 other people that bet on their teams or whatever, whoever bet on other teams, they don't get to go. They paid 50 for nothing. They paid for your ticket, basically.
Huh.
You get what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
So I'm charging you, right? $50.
Okay.
You tell me who your team is, Ravens.
Okay.
If they go to Super Bowl, I owe you a Super Bowl ticket.
Okay.
If they don't go into Super Bowl, I don't owe you nothing. So all the people that bet on all these other teams, they're paying for that person that wins Super Bowl tickets. Whoever bet on that team. You know what I mean? And then you take the profit of whatever's left.
I see what you. I see now. Yeah. Huh. But I mean, like, how would it profit if the people who do bet on that team win go to the Super Bowl?
That's what I was getting into. Like, what if like I was saying, like the Patriots? What if only Patriots fans really bought that? That means that's like 3 of the last 5 years they've been in the Super Bowl. So they must have been coming up. You know what I mean? Like, if right now you might just want to buy $50 and say you're a Patriots fan because you get a Super Bowl ticket, maybe. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of the odds are worth it.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, like,
even if you're not that fan, just bet on Patriots.
Exactly. So like, let's say like you have a scenario like you do recently where you do have that successful Patriots team 3 or 5 years. You would have an influx of people going to the Super Bowl because more people betting on the Patriots going to Super Bowl. So yeah, I don't think it would work itself out. Unless, of course, you take out a lot of profit from Super Bowl tickets, because that's what a lot of it's padded for. I mean, simple as that. They make so much money in advertisement and whatnot, and sports deals and whatnot, and the ticket prices is so inflated.
What if you yourself, right? Like, you had a Super Bowl ticket.
Mm-hmm.
You could technically start that website. You know what I mean? Just with your one ticket. You get what I'm saying? Like, say I just buy a ticket right now somehow, whatever it is. Say it's $2,000.
Yeah.
And then right now I start that website and I just let everybody buy their ticket and I say I got one ticket.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's I got a ticket. Don't matter what team goes. I got a ticket to the Super Bowl.
Right.
I let everybody bet on their team. Whoever wins, I don't take more than one bet for one team. Could I make more? No, I would never make more. I would never make enough money.
Exactly, man.
But you could. Unless people bet on the team that goes to the Super Bowl, then you're fucked. So you're really betting on yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
You're betting on the odds right there.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, if one person bets Patriots, right?
Yeah.
Patriots go to Super Bowl, I would have one person a ticket. And let's say 10 people bet Seahawks, 20 people bet Ravens, 30 people bet Chiefs, 50 people bet Saints.
That's why you got to limit it to
you're
one
hoping
per team.
One.
Exactly. Like that. If anything, like
we would give one. Are you never read a fine print? No, we said we'll give one person, the first person who signed up.
That's what you got to do. You get like one person randomly drawn of that winning team.
Yeah.
But then again, someone's always bound to win.
Now it's really not worth it, though.
Someone's gonna always win.
Now it's just not worth it, though. Like, the odds are super low.
But I mean, like, if you have a lot of people buying into that for $50, you just might, you just might get enough.
No, I'm saying for the people that are buying it. Why would I buy that anymore? Even if I'm a Patriots guy and I bet on Patriots. Now you're saying it's a random. Now you're going to choose one of us out of 1,000 of us that bet on Patriots. Well, now my odds are 50. That's about $50 down the drain. No thanks.
Well, there's some people.
I think I'll just go to week 9.
I think some people would buy that though. I think some people would buy into that just
Let's get deeper to this.
You don't have money for the Super Bowl.
Some shit I learned today.
That's what I'm saying. You make money. You make money.
Number one, officially a felony, federal felony for the animal abuse. You see that today?
Well, that today is
Senate
official.
passed it.
Okay.
Senate passed it
Okay,
today.
Cool. Okay.
Officially passed.
I got you.
Number two, China laying down the law, bro.
Oh,
Put a limit on their video games, bro.
Under 18.
How about
Under
that?
18, no more than 90 minutes.
Oh, I think it's another age group underneath of that too. I can't remember exactly, but I think it's under 13 is another one.
Huh.
But only 3 hours on the weekends. That's crazy. And 4 hours on holidays.
How much is it when you're
like
older?
When you're an adult?
Yeah. Do they have a max?
I don't think they put a max on that yet. I think they're probably working on that.
Because see that
this is the thing that just
very, very interesting, especially if you're like a video game company looking in the Chinese market. You're just like, well, I mean, I guess you will still make your money because they're gonna play, no matter how much limited time it is or not.
You don't care if they play for a minute. You just didn't buy the game.
Exactly. So I guess that doesn't affect too much.
That's not true nowadays. You want them buying them skins and shit.
Well, plenty of games still sell without that, you know. And I think you still would have that with only 4 hours a day. I think
they would just get on and buy 1,000.
They might have.
I bought 10,000 crates
because it's like, well, now I'm on my character for 4 hours a day only. So I want it to be I want to be someone I like a lot.
I bought 400 packs and I didn't even get a gold Neymar.
Yeah, so I mean, it's
the best pack ever. Legendary Messi. Gold run. That's so crazy how those videos are like out there like that. Have you ever watched those?
Oh yeah.
When
they wouldn't open the pack.
The FIFA ones, though.
Even the NBA ones.
Yeah, but like the FIFA ones are just like everybody, their faces. Just like maybe because it's always like an immigrant, so it's funnier to me. But just like their face, just like when it's like they like it more too. I feel like it's like,
too, bro.
Gold Neymar with a gold Messi, a rookie Ronaldo, like
Sapphire,
legendary Pepe.
So I mean, like that's just but that's also what it is. Is like we've talked about before when it was like those loot box shits. Yeah, we're like, you know, it's people are addicted. You know, people are addicted, and they also, I guess, like watching shit like that too. So I mean, like that's why you get the videos on it. Like I guess I understand from a certain point, but like I don't understand the pack openings, man.
I get it all.
I don't get the pack openings, man.
Steve, but if there was a video right now, right, that said, I tried to eat 100 Popeye sandwiches. You got a chance to click on that.
I usually avoid most of those, man.
All right, let's say if it said,
you know,
I ate the world's hottest hot wings.
I'll probably watch it. Yeah.
I mean,
but
the world's best pack ever opened. Same thing, different side.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you don't get that. You get, I'm opening 300 packs, and then you do it daily. You know, now you're tuning in daily. You subscribe that channel to that guy who's opening 300 packs a day. That guy who eats the spiciest wings tomorrow, he's going to eat the world's spiciest curry. And it's going to be like...
You cannot do that back-to-back days.
You know, it's just
you
like...
cannot handle that. I was watching this one guy that got me sucked in just by his giveaways.
Yeah.
Like, bro, he had, like, literally, like, these, but 20 of them, it felt like. 10, probably, realistically. And he's just giving away shit. Just so much shit. It's like 10 bongs, 10 5-foot bongs, 5 pounds of weed, 60 bowls, 10 nuggets of CBD oil.
What?
Like, bro, just an entire line of shit, right? Just went forever. And he's like, I'm going to give us away when I get 100,000 subscribers. It'll be the, you know what I mean? Like, that type of shit. Just so much shit, dog. And just, he kept going. And I couldn't turn it off. I'm just like, I said, just comment. What do you want me to comment, dude?
Bro, what I think is funnier, like, because like we all get those weird YouTube things, but like what I think is hilarious, like we've all seen that guy Ty Lopez, like in early it was like a while ago, but like on YouTube ads, it'd be that guy Ty, like this like Spanish looking dude with glasses. He'd be like, "Oh hey, what's up YouTube? It's just me and my Ferrari." It's just, it's
I've
just
never
like
seen those
it's
ones.
this ad. I mean, like they do it now. Like you probably see. Oh, you have YouTube Red now. I mean, you have that YouTube. Yeah, shit. So you don't see ads.
Yeah.
You don't see the ads
I'm a
no
new
more,
ad
man.
kind of guy, YouTube.
Yeah,
You're
no, so
welcome.
you wouldn't get it, man. But I mean,
Sponsor
like
me, YouTube.
those people who do those ads, like I mean, like there's this one ad on YouTube recently where it's like it'll be like a minute long. It's skippable though, and it'll be like these two dudes are like, they're like, look, I'm not saying you can. I'm not saying you could like buy a Ferrari. Like I drive a Volkswagen, GT. It's golf. It's a nice car. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just saying that you could quit your job, make $100,000, and make your own schedule.
I like the way you do.
I'm not saying you could buy a Ferrari. I'll drive a Volkswagen. Like, just keep trying to, like, because
I'm not saying you can't.
there was like, and then there's that guy like Ty Lopez. He's just like, hey YouTube, just me and my Ferrari. If you want to find out how to do this and quit your job and own a Ferrari, it's like those people who make YouTube ads like that make money as well. Like it's just like a inception of itself is like going inward on itself is like some like instantly. I don't know, man.
It's so fucked up every time you see on Facebook when them like new moms or like them women are selling those wraps.
Those raps.
You know what I'm talking about? And it's like they'll be on there. I'm sure you've seen at least one person like they'll be on there. It's like, oh, you use this wrap for 2 weeks and you lose an inch a day off of your waist. Or it's just like, oh, call me. I'm doing hit me up. I'm doing a giveaway today. And it's like, it becomes to a point where like they're doing it all the time. And like, you can kind of see that it's like, they're giving away. They're giving away a lot and they're not taking a lot in.
But like, well, I think it's hilarious, especially that like the same people will look at you like you'll be like, voodoo's real, and they'll be like, "What the fuck are you talking about? You're an idiot. Voodoo? What are you talking about?
Have you tried my wraps?
Yeah,
that's real."
Exactly. My secret ingredient: you put cucumbers on the inside.
I just always feel bad because none of them like have ever like kept doing it. Yeah. Like you always see like after a couple months, it's back to normal post.
Well, you do it once and then like you never do it again.
It's like every time you see a new one, you're like, no.
I guess you made your rap money. You made your money off of that.
Hopefully you break even. That's all I can say.
I mean,
or you legit lost an inch,
bro. One of the Squeegee boys handed me the best card the other day. It was a flyer, and I remember like on one side it had like like a whole gold fronts business is like, yeah, we'll hook you up with gold teeth and shit like that, and it's like flip if you're hungry. And then you flip it over and it has another card, and it's his whole like restaurant and shit, and just like just thought that like I wish I had it so I could show it off because it was such a great piece of art. It was really awesome, man. But like I'm like just the ingenuity of just like he's like, look, here you go, I got fronts. Just, I was just thinking, I was like, I'm asking this Kevin, just like if I was talking, I'm like, well, what are you into doing? And like, what do you do? And he just looks at his card, just like, I'm into making money. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I forgot what segued me into that where we were initially.
I like it, man. I like this story about it. Definitely like that he's out there hitting out some business cards.
Yeah, I just thought, I thought it was like, because like I'm like, you do the restaurant, the front business, and you're out here squeegeeing. Yeah, I just thought it was fun. I was just like, oh man, like I started thinking about this kid's whole life. I was like, God, does he just be hustling? What's he doing? Like, who's doing the restaurant right now?
See, I always think too deep into it. Like I already solved it in my head of what I think it is, and ruined it for me. Because I would just imagine that like wherever he's from, the OGs around there know that he squeegees. And then someone was just like, yo, hand these out for me. You know what I mean? And, I'll give you $5, which is still a good deal, but that's how I picture it. You know? He's a squeegee boy.
I just go imagine it, just like.
No, I like your idea better.
That's what made me.
I like him doing front in his basement.
That's what made me.
And then he works at a restaurant.
Yeah, that's what made me
and he also squeegees when he's off.
That's what I'm saying.
He just squeegees because he's with his boys.
Exactly. That's what. Yeah, we're like. I just want to think though. This is like they must make good money squeegeeing.
Bro, all I know is if let's just say it was like me, you, Neb, and Jeff, and we're 14, and squeegeeing was a thing. We'd probably squeegee, dude.
I'd probably squeegee, man.
We'd probably try. We'd go right down in front of Kane and just start squeegeeing.
If we could literally pull together $10 a piece and get a quarter real quick,
fucking deal.
Straight,
yeah, like, 2 of them.
That's like, bro.
One time I seen this fiend with a dual wielding squeegee dog.
See, that's when you're like, this is a gauge motherfucker,
Bro,
man.
double side,
They're
like
clean.
Darth Maul. Straight up, he's just like, extendo.
I'm
and extend it.
He's just going down the line, just like,
He's hitting every card. He's
like instead of like the lightsaber noises, it's like it's like squeegee, just like
good South Park, man.
He's behind the back like Jackie Chan. Just
I wish the South Park knew about the squeegee voice, man. I feel like it would be all there.
Yeah,
that'd be good.
Yeah, I wish there were a national phenomenon like that. I remember the first kid who started it. I remember it was like this one kid. It's just a kid doing it by himself he was on President and.
You give him credit for that?
No, I remember the first kid, man. Yeah.
No, the first kid you saw.
No, the first kid. I remember like what sparked this whole like thing.
This was a thing from back in like the 80s.
Dude, like
it's been around for a long time.
Like this, are you sure? Because
yeah,
I've not seen it the way. I mean,
it's never been like that. It like came back.
Maybe it's peaked, but like I mean, like I would say like this kid like brought it back because it was like 2010 or some shit. I remember this 14-year-old kid was on.
We gotta find this guy.
He was on Pratt and President Street for like 3 years, like this whole for 3 years, and like that's like the first squeegee kid I ever remember. It's like real early on.
I would love to get him on.
Like real, yeah, right. It's like what's your squeegee history? He's probably like 30 now. Like
that would be crazy.
It was like I don't know, man. But yeah, I mean like that's what I remember.
I listened to that one of the fan in the morning, and when a lot of people call and there's like, yeah, this is we used to do this when we were kids and stuff, but like they never were on the corner like that. Like they might be at one spot. Yeah, you get it because it wasn't that many. Yeah, so it's like it might be at one spot doing one corner.
I'm surprised we never did do that.
I know. It's genius.
I mean, but like we were also like most people were just like sell some weed. It's like. Well, squeegee sounds easier now. I think about it. It's like, how would you even hassle up with a plug, some up money?
I just always got so much pride. Like it would hurt my pride if somebody like was just like.
Not if you're 14, When I was 14, I might just be like,
I'm pretty prideful, man.
You're working. This is a.
It would be tough to see like, a couple of our boys pull up. And it's like squeegee my shit.
Yeah, but when you're 14, you don't have to drive.
I know, but you get what I'm saying.
Like someone else's parents might pull up, you'd be like, "Hey, what's up?" And, like you got Nebby chilling there with Nebby's parents. They give us both 5, but they didn't give Nebby shit. Like, it's like, hey, thanks. But I mean, like, when you're a kid, it's different, But like when if I was like 25 squeegee ways, I probably wouldn't feel too good.
I should do some real shit for money. Sucks dick. Nah.
I ain't an ass.
I need no ass.
Nice masses.
I remember definitely I remember like well of course I told you that we ran some cars, but I remember some other hustles, some kid hustles. This is like
allegedly
the laundromat on Eastern.
The alleged laundromat.
Right there by Paradise. That we're telling. I remember we'd go in there, and of course you can kick the shit out of all the machines, but you don't really get much money from that. You don't get that much money from that. The thing is, we took a big step in intelligence when we realized that people just drop more money than we could actually get out of kicking machines. You might get like 50 cents,
right?
I mean, just your legs are tired, And we realized like, oh, just look under the metal. Or like behind the machine, shit like that. Bro, we used to come up all the time, bro. I want to say like, 4 or 5 hours at a time.
Yeah.
Go right next door. 3 of us, got something to eat. Get a chicken box or something from Chinese.
Yeah. And that was good.
That was
straight
beautiful.
Money. Exactly.
Yeah. Beautiful thing.
That's straight, I was always thinking it's weird because like I never had like a big problem with that. Like I remember like in the early days of smoking, I'd be like, 15s be like, hey grandma, like, hey 10, that probably wasn't 15.
I never did no shit like this 14. For smoking. This is before smoking.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. But I mean, like, just like, I was just thinking, just let me do that. Where I was just like, I ask for like $10 a day. She's like, kind of like $5-10. I'm gonna start with my friends.
See, like my mom would offer, but like I just felt bad, like going out every day and being like. Even if it was like $2, she would usually give me like something. She would be like, "Here's $2 or something." You just kind of feel bad, like keep taking it. I'm just like, I'll go find $2.
That's
You
where
know?
where I'm thankful to like Tyler and his dad stepped in. You know what I'm saying? It's like I immediately took it off like completely. It's like I never had to buy weed. It's like I would say for like a good 2 years of my life for that period, maybe even 3 years.
Yeah,
Never
that's
really buy weed like that. You know, it's just like
gotta save a lot of money in that point.
yeah. You
Yeah.
know, but no, I never really had to ask for it. You know, from that point, or I was working like a job during the summertime.
You could have stashed
You
enough
know,
weed to still be smoking. If you just
yeah,
not literally, you know what I'm saying? But you're
yeah.
gonna.
I might have a
What if
little.
like you just kept putting up? You know, like you just kept giving. You just like, oh, smoke all this, so you just keep putting
Well,
up.
well, at this point, when I was if I was thinking about, it, I was like, I wish I just took like one little nug from each little batch, just put it aside. I might have like an ounce right now. Yeah, it's like,
Something like that. I
you
think
know,
more.
I might have exactly. You know, to be like, well, look at this, man. It's
It's
like I have a nug for every time.
it's funny thinking about though breaking into the cars because I remember how it started, bro, and it just hit me.
You love those.
Yeah, it was me, Rick, and Justin, and we were at that Joseph Lee Park.
Allegedly.
And there was a guy who lived about 3 doors down from Chris Flores. And he came outside and he came over to us at the park and he told us, hey, if you guys got any electronics or anything that you don't want, I'll buy it off of you. Right? And then I remember like us all not having no money, and we're like, this guy will buy it. So we started thinking like, well, what can we sell from our shit? And you're just like, we don't want to sell none of your own shit.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And like this guy's just like, well, he's like, I'll buy, anything. Basically, and you're just like, buy anything. And I remember like the first time, I think it was Rick. He stole a phone off of the bus stop.
Right.
Well, he was sitting with somebody. He stole a phone at the bus stop. So then he's like, "You really think?" He's like, so we all link up. He's like, "You really think this guy's gonna buy this?" And it's just like, I don't even know, what this is really like, or why he said that, or if that was a real thing. Like, he was like a weird dude too, not like
Yeah.
a super weird dude, like, but he was like let's say like at this time,
Well,
like,
weird enough to approach kids and tell you I'll buy your electronics.
yeah,
You know?
we're probably 13, and he's probably like 29.
Yeah.
That's
weird.
And he's like, yeah, Spanish dude, and it's just like but he spoke clear English.
That's weird though. Still,
It's just like weird, yeah. And I remember we went to him, and we're sitting there talking to him, and he's just like, we're like, you want this? And he robbed us every time, like not literally, but like always just lowballed the fuck out of us. We had no idea,
stolen goods.
but
too,
we had
so,
no
you know?
idea.
You
But
paid
even
less
this,
for hot
bro, he
goods.
wasn't even paying stolen good prices, dog. We had no idea though. But I remember the first time we brought this, and he's just like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I'll give you $10 for it. And like, we were happy as shit. We're like, $10. Fuck yeah, sell that. Like, we always get chicken box. Chicken box right away.
Yeah.
But
what was that chicken box?
yeah, and then once we realized, we're like, all we
Go-to.
gotta do is bring this guy electronics, and we could really make some money here,
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
that's how it just led us into like, well, let's see. Well, it really kind of coincides. It's funny how things add up. How Rick's brother was stealing cars at the time. So like we were like me and Rick were like, unfortunately thinking about stealing a car. So we went to his brother Jimmy and we're like, yo, how are you guys getting away with stealing all these cars? And Joseph Lee, like they were stealing like one a week, and they were driving them and they would put them back. And we're like, how the hell are you stealing cars, and driving away and getting them? They're like, yo, all we literally do is go around and look for an open door, and most people leave keys in their car. And we're just like, what? Well, I remember just like mind blown. We're like, what? He's like, yeah, you'd be surprised if people just leave their car open. And it's like, and you just don't even never think that somebody would leave their car open.
I wouldn't leave mine.
Like,
Never
no,
leave my
they
car open.
don't. You know what I mean? People leave their car and then leave their keys in it. And it was like, yeah, bro. And it wasn't until you literally see him pull up with multiple stolen vehicles until you're just like, it's not like the ignitions are blown out or nothing. You know what I mean? He's driving them with keys, bro. And you're just like, oh, what? So then, like, me and Rick, I remember Justin was bluffing. Justin was bluffing us. Me and Rick were just like, we're going to steal a car tonight. It was like, we're gonna go around here. There was this God damn it, I can't remember the name. It's not an Escalade, but with a D. Not a Suburban. Damn it.
Denali.
Denali. There you go. Yeah, exactly. Nice, nice.
Yeah.
It was Denali.
Yeah.
And Rick and Turtle had stolen it the week before. It's like, yeah, we went down Patterson. We was
That's a
banging.
big ass car.
Yeah, it's a truck.
Yeah.
It's like we went down Patterson, was like a U-turn, so we put it back there and wiped it down with alcohol. So me and Rick went and bought some alcohol, and it's like we're taking that Denali tonight. We're gonna get some bitches, you know. It's like 13, you know.
Yeah, for some reason in your head, you're just thinking you're driving.
We're just like, that's what you guys do. Like, we don't all these like when somebody like you don't realize things, you know, like so then they're like. Yeah, we take these cars, you know, and then you see them with like bitches in a stolen car and they're just like smoking grass. I don't see nobody else. Like, I don't like have an older brother or nothing. That's his older brother.
Exactly.
And we're just like, is that what people like? You know, is that what you're supposed to do? Like, we don't know that's not what you're supposed to do.
That's what people are doing.
Yeah, so people are doing that. You're just like, now it's like 4 people in the neighborhood. Like now they got other people their age doing it and shit. We're just like, yeah, we're still in a car tonight. He told us the keys are in there. He's like, yeah, we're taking it. So we go in there, no keys are in there. And then Denali, and we're like, oh fuck. We're looking and looking and looking, bro. Eventually, Rick finds the fucking keys, yo. And we're just like, you ready? He's like, you ready, dog? And I'm like, we're just like both like, you know, and like I think we're just looking at it, like, we're kind of wasting a lot of time. I'm like, let's see what's in here first, you know, let's see what's in here. We're checking it. Next thing you know, we find like 2 cell phones. Oh, bro, you want to know the number one thing people leave? Scratch offs. They winning scratch offs. They usually just leave it in their car, bro. What? Yeah, like we would always get which another thing we got ripped off on because you can't cash in scratch offs. So we have to sell it to adults, which was Rick's dad, who would pay us half price. Yeah, like just fucked up shit, bro. Exactly, yeah. So we'd still like so we came up like $60 on scratch offs, like 2 phones and everything.
We really had 120.
And now we got all this shit, and we're just like, bro. Let's not even take this thing. Let's just go meet that Mexican dude. Sell these electronics for good. We'll not steal this. You know, I mean, like, oh, get a chicken box. we got plenty. We got 2. We both get chicken box.
We get 4 chicken boxes.
Yeah, we're good.
We each have our own chicken box.
Yeah, so then we're like, yeah. So we go and do that. We're good. We have a good time. Then like next thing you know, we tell Justin, we're like, yo, we didn't even steal nothing. And he's like, wait, you just went in the car. So next thing you know, we're going all around Joseph Lee. We went to East Point Mall, Home Depot, anything, looking for open cars. Grab whatever you can. Sell this Mexican guy, get ripped off. Cash in change. Sell scratch offs, get wrecked off. Usually I'll sell them all the electronics.
How much money did you make, roughly?
Oh, man. Me personally?
Generally, I stole it.
I definitely made over $1,000 from just hitting cars.
Well, you made over $1,000. You really stole like about 2. You know,
maybe more.
Yeah,
maybe more.
That's good. You're making money though.
Yeah, you know, this is over. Let's say a year period. You know, of just having this guy. It got to the point where we were bringing this guy too much shit. Where he's just like, I literally can't buy nothing else off you guys, and that's where we're like, all right, we're not going to cars no more.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
well, that was really our.
Yeah,
well, it was like because now we're just trying to go off. We're going off changing scratch offs now. You know what I mean? Because we can't move these electronics. Well, we can't take them home. Like we're kids. Can't do nothing. We're kids. Exactly, so we didn't have this guy that was going to buy them. All we could do was scratch offs and change. And that's just like, at this point, it's like, let's just go knock on a laundromat for $5. That's enough for a chicken box. So it's like a nice, like, year span.
Like, you need anything else with the money?
Well, we weren't on the, we weren't fucking with no drugs or nothing. We weren't like that. It's that's the whole thing. It's not like we went and bought bottles and like we're those kind of kids or nothing like that. Like we would literally, bro, me and Rick didn't have money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I said, like I could probably get $2 from my mom if I needed to,
right.
But like I didn't even want to ask her for money.
Right.
So I was just like, let's go get some money. You know what I mean? I was living good that year. Yeah, I did. But yeah, you spend a lot on dumb shit. You know, we go to fucking Coco's every day, spend $10, you know, shit like that.
Yeah, but you already had 3 cell phones in your pocket, so you're like, it pays for itself.
It already paid for itself. We're going to laser tag. We're playing all the arcades. You know, you're a kid. You're dumb.
See, I'm thinking all the times I met with you, and you had a little bit of money. I'm just like,
This is like from, I'd say, like 12 and a half to 13 and a half, somewhere in that span.
So I want to say we've gone to the movies at that age before. We're all like all 4 or 5 of us.
Definitely might have been hitting a car.
Yeah. So going to my was like, I'm like, great, I got.
I'm not proud of it, but
$20 for my Gmail. It's like
I remember, like, it's funny how even when you're out there and you're doing shit like that, like, I always have morals, you know, and I had to establish morals throughout these wolves, you know, because like Rick was
code of conduct.
Yeah, Rick was a wolf, man. Like, as soon as you knew you was going into a car, like you had to know where you was going with Rick, or else he was hitting the best spots first, you know, and getting it. And we would split the electronic shit, but like me and Rick would split a lot of shit, but not so much 3 ways with Justin, you know. So it's like we did. So like if you got $10 scratch off, usually you're just gonna keep that. You know, we're gonna hit another car. Maybe you come up like that. Exactly. Somebody didn't really come up, then we split some shit up. Yeah. But most of the part is about what you grabbed. Right. So it's like you gotta get in there, get it. I remember like a lot of times, like so many times, bro, people with car seats in the back would leave their shit unlocked. It's probably just like not even thinking, you know, just leave their car unlocked. Never would hit nothing with a car seat in it. You know, just right. Like I remember just like, you know, you believe in karma, you know, you're just like, nah. I remember even one time.
You gotta have something, man.
Yeah, like, and it was so many times where like we were just like, nah, we ain't hitting this one. Like we did have our morals. I'm sorry to say that, you know, but the main people, like when you're saying like how I made the most money, it would be like when we hit somebody that was like a construction worker. I'm sorry to say. And they would have like their tools in there. Yeah. And now at that point, like, you know, you're about to get some good shit because we didn't necessarily have to sell that to the Spanish guy. We could take that to Rick's dad. Yeah. Something like that. You know what I mean? But you can't take Rick's dad like a bunch of 10 phones and get him to pay like $10 a piece.
That's the thing about it is like hilarious and crazy about his dad. He's just like, you have your son to bring you. He's like, I got a toolbox.
Dad crackhead. You know, didn't give a shit.
Yeah,
didn't give a shit.
No,
he take the toolbox, he's selling that.
I get it, but it's just I don't know, it's just funny.
He's happy. You know? I remember another time where like this one was like we're like watching this lady. She gets out of her car. We're just like, at this point, we're just whoops, dog. Just whoops out here, man. Watch her go out. As soon as she goes out, we're like, man. Check it. Yeah, you know, you're just trying to get it. And it's like not even to the point where it's survival, you know, like I would have found some food somewhere. It's just a fact of like you want to get it on your own. Yeah, you find a way to get on your own. This Mexican guy wants to buy electronics. You're like, it's kind of a good setup, you know? So we watch it go in there. And I remember we took it. We went in there and it was when Razor phones first came out. And I took a Razor phone, you know? Only thing I got out of there. I remember I'm sitting there, and I could not sleep that night, because we watched her get out. Yeah, you know, like the other ones, that was the only time we ever watched someone get out and do it. Exactly. Yeah, like, and I literally got, this is like 12:30 at night, bro. Put all my shit on school night, broke back into her car and put the Razor back into her glove compartment. Yeah, you know, yeah.
It's sad with you, man.
Yeah, I couldn't say exactly because, like you said, I put a face to it. I'm just like, man.
I mean, it changes what you did kind of at that moment. You know, it's like now you really see a person that is affected by what you do. You have a face to that car, that possession.
Yeah. Know? So let's just say I made $1,000, which might be a little bit on the high end. It's probably somewhere $750 ish. Let's just say it's 1,000 now.
Of course,
bro. I swear to God. 50% Chinese, dog. It really was. It's chicken boxes and just like, well, it wasn't just chicken boxes no more. At this point, you know, crab rangoon, shrimp tempura. Exactly. You go in it,
You got a little shrimp toast because you're feeling it.
You live it, bro. 6-piece, not the 4-piece no more. The 6-piece.
Exactly. And you paid extra high fried sauce.
You don't give a fuck no more, bro. Exactly, we're going. Tonight we're going to the movies. Then we're going to laser tag.
And we were rounded off with a chicken box.
So dumb, man.
But I mean, that's how you had to get it. You know, I mean, it's
just like the sequence of events that led to the perfect storm of us being able to do it. Yeah, us not really being watched, kind of just let roam the free, not really having much money. A guy presenting an opportunity like that.
Buy electronics.
Yeah.
Because like this, your scratch offs and tools.
I just always look at him like, because like I feel like if we were like that, then like we would have broke into houses and shit. you know, or we would have robbed stores.
or maybe
We
even stole
never
from somebody. You
we
know, like
never
stole,
did
like
nothing.
rob somebody.
Exactly,
You know?
exactly. We never did nothing like that.
Right.
It's like we always are just kind of on that electronic
What
thing.
you would call like petty theft. You know.
Yeah, but it was like we did so many that I don't even say it's petty theft. At that point, it's just like, I'm sorry. That's all I could say. Because, you know, we probably hit like 50, 100 cars, you know?
Well, I would like to think you taught people a lesson about leaving their cars unlocked.
I hope so.
I mean,
I hope
because
so.
to me, it's just a completely crazy thing to fucking do. You know, it's like I don't want to associate with anybody who
But
does
you
that.
know, the thing is, what we were, it's wolves, bro. We were vultures, yo. So if you left your car unlocked one time, it was getting got that night, bro. Like we was out there fucking
Oh
6
yeah, bro.
nights
I
a
remember
week,
there
7
there
nights
was
a week.
one time out. I think my whole 5 years of owning my car was ran once, and I think it's just because the door didn't close all the way and latch, or I forgot to lock it.
Let me tell you the best thing.
What?
You break into a car that's unlocked, you rob it, and you lock the doors when you leave.
Yeah.
It is lit, I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
It just fucks them up. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that's what people do. But I mean, like, I remember I just noticed how my shit ran through, and just the only thing they got was like my jump box, which is like maybe
Ah,
$40, you
sucks.
know. But that's a great tool.
Yeah,
That's a
it's
great
great
tool, you know. It's like, I
It
mean,
just sucks knowing someone's in your shit too.
yeah, and my shit was ran through, you know. Yeah. So I mean, this is like, I know my door didn't latch because my car auto locks after 30 seconds. So I mean,
Yeah. So, yeah, it had to be.
I had
Yeah.
to not have latched.
I just remember us being,
They're out here. The one time you
bro.
do it, they're gonna get you.
I remember us being so good that like me and Rick, right, we would go down a line of cars. He would be on one side, I'd be on one side, and all
Yeah.
you look at is the mirror that's on your side, and that looks at the lock on the opposite side, and you just see if it's unlocked or not.
Well, yeah.
And you just walk entire lines of cars like
Yeah.
that. You just mark them out after you get a line, and you come back and swing back around and hit the ones that you mark. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
I remember
this, it's a sickening. It's sickening that you even get that good at
well,
something like that.
I remember there was one time I was in Joseph. I think I was meeting a couple. I'm not sure if you were there. And I met a couple people, but there was these two kids that we eventually linked up with, and then they walked off. I remember like as they're walking off, like they're just pulling on off the door handles, going down the line, just seeing if any are open, just pulling on them. Just don't
Rookies.
don't
Rookies.
just pulling on them. Yeah.
That's rookie shit. That's so rookie, bro.
Yeah, I remember just watching.
There's
them do
no
it,
need
was
to
like,
ever pull on a door handle.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is just find the lock. You know.
Yeah.
You learn these things
You really
quick.
see the orange, you know, it's like or whatever, maybe color.
Whatever it is popped up. You know.
Yeah.
All you need is one.
Yeah,
All you need is one, baby.
exactly. You just like you said, you mark them.
Or a door, not hinged.
Yeah,
You see something like that.
well, that's where people are getting fucked up nowadays with those fucking Nest cameras, those Ring cameras, where like they'll sense movement outside, turn on, and you got someone pulling your shit on the camera. And it's just like, okay, it seems like everyone's getting caught by these things nowadays because like they're not out in the open. They're just like right there on the door and shit, like a doorbell or whatever.
What do you mean, like on the front of a house?
Yeah, a lot of people like.
Yeah, the doorbell camera.
Yeah, exactly. The Nest or the Ring. Yeah,
yeah, the Ring. I think.
yeah. They have another one called Nest.
Do they?
Yeah, it's like same thing.
Yeah, I see people all day that like it's weird running into people and then watching those. Like they'll be like, oh, so see, like, oh, what's that person doing? You know what I mean? I'm just like, you're at a fucking event, dude.
Yeah.
Do you have an emergency? Why
I
are
mean,
you just watching out front of your house?
Well, no, it
Through a
sends
camera.
notifications when it senses movement at the door.
Yeah, but bro, like the ones I was watching is like a cat. It's like a cat came to their front door and they're just like at an event watching a cat at their house out front. It's like, what are you doing, Giddy? It's like, what the fuck is going on?
That shit gets dumb, but like when you look at it, you're like, oh, okay, it's a cat. Oh, there's someone pulling on my fucking car handle, just like, yeah.
I mean, if you could record it, I guess.
Oh, it records, yeah.
Does it?
Yeah, record. I think it saves to something for up to a month.
You imagine some people just catching like running up, just getting the fuck out of their house.
Or they're just someone's fucking on top of your car. Someone just jizzes on top of your car.
I remember
remember
there's like a video of somebody shitting in someone's pool.
Yeah.
I remember we egged them.
Bro, I'm sorry. I saw one today. There was a little video. Dude was just walking. He had some gym shorts on. He just wiggled a little shit out from his gym shorts, and then a dude comes up walking behind him and just slips on his shit.
Oh my
And
god, bro.
just like literally just like steps and just slippery as fuck. Just slips right on his shit. I just think it's hilarious how it just like found his little like gym shorts.
What's up with them people that shit in grocery stores and shit?
I don't know, man. Just like popping a squat, like we've been here before, bro. Where I've literally just said like, before I do that, I'm shitting on myself.
We have talked
Yeah,
about that.
yeah, we have talked about that, man. Sadly, we
Yeah.
talked about that, but God,
I've seen a lot of people shitting like plants.
yeah.
They
I
shit-
mean,
in, like the
that's
mall,
something.
they shit in a plant.
It's something, man. You know, if you can't
Bro,
make
if
it,
I
plant.
slip on someone's shit, I'll fight the first person I see.
I
I don't care, employee or whatever.
It's like a grown man. You just like you start fighting this kid. Like you're just like, you show the floor, little bastard. Like,
Oh, this shit cleaned up. That's so worse when people are like rude to like workers and shit. That shit makes me so mad.
When people,
You ever just seen someone being a dick, bro? Yeah. Like you're out in public and someone's just being a dick. And you're just like,
I mean,
wow, bro. What are you being
so I would
like
say
that
we
for?
both work in like what you consider like a service position. Now, you deal with a customer.
But when it ain't you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
like
well,
when you
I
go
mean,
to a
like-
restaurant and you see like somebody like
Oh, yeah.
bitching at a waitress or something like that, you're just like, what the fuck, dude? I've had
Really going. I'm like literally. I've seen it, man. Yeah.
bro,
Like,
I've had horrific
literally-
service and I've never cussed at a waitress.
literally, yeah, 100%. I've never even been mad enough to cuss at waitress, but I've worked at Sears, so I've seen some people get really
horrible.
torn out, you know, over some stupid shit. Like I remember a girl coming to help this white lady. There's one old white lady, your typical, you know, can't speak with the manager person. And she's like, oh well, you know, the girls are like right over here. And she said, you know, I'm talking to someone who knows what they're talking about. First of all,
That's fucked up.
You know, just like starts looking for someone else. And just like, oh shit, like, it's, oh, well, who the fuck are you? You know, it's like down below, like I don't know what causes people to do something like that. You know,
I can't remember if I told you
Never been angry
before,
enough. Yeah.
but I remember one time, this makes me think of it. My sister, who's a vegan, right? She ordered veggie fajitas from this place. And I remember like we're waiting like a minute, you know, and like the lady comes out, the waitress, she comes out and she's like, I'm sorry, but our chef said that we can't make a cheese quesadilla with no cheese because it would just like fall apart. Just all like started geeking so hard.
Cheese quesadilla with no cheese.
Yeah, she's like, she just comes out. She's like, my chef said that he can't make a cheese quesadilla with no cheese because it would just fall apart. And we're just like, yeah, what? But you order veggie fajitas, you know what I mean?
Okay, now putting it together.
But even on top of that, if she did order a cheese quesadilla with no cheese, it's like your chef had to tell you that, you know, that you can like it would just be two tortillas on top of each other. It was just so weird. You know what I mean? It's like just so weird, bro.
That's why I was waiting for you to put that together, but you were like, well, I'm sure veggie fajitas.
Well, I said that in the beginning. That's why I was trying to tie so you would know, but but I had to let it there. Yeah.
The way she said, I was just like, wait, so hold on, wait. She didn't even order that.
Yes. It's like either way. Why did you have to? You could have been like, well, that's impossible. You know what I mean? Like, and it's funny. It's just like my chef. But my chef said that it, and like the way she said it, word for word, she's like, you can't put a mac and cheese quesadilla with no cheese because it would just like, and she just like fall apart. It's like, yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. What? It was like the worst service of all time.
I don't know.
Dude.
I mean, so if I like, did you actually say that? You're like, yeah, bro.
No, because we're not like that. That was the whole point of. That's the whole point that made me think of that. It's like that would be a perfect time to just be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" You know what I mean? But we're not like that, so we're just like, you know, it's okay. That's not what she ordered. Like we're nice, but when she leaves, we're like, "The fuck was you thinking?"
What are you talking about? I mean, I'm still going to give her 15%, but it's.
Yeah, you know, you're still gonna get. They're not gonna.
Oh, I'm sorry,
At that
man,
point, bro, there was a point though. Like that was the only time. That was the only time ever in my life that like I was trying to convince them to be like, "Oh, I honestly think we should just walk out." Like it's not even on no rude shit. It was literally like the worst service that you could. That was just the funny part. You know what I mean? And that wasn't even funny because of all the other shit we dealt with.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
it wasn't even that funny because we're just so mad. Like the worst part about that entire thing was, bro. So Chas, you know, who is also vegetarian,
Yeah.
she orders Impossible Burger, bro, and they bring her out a gray turkey burger. You know, and like we're like she's like looking at it, and we're just like everybody here is like have seen the Impossible Burger. Like we're all, you know,
Yeah.
Tarians of some sort or vegan, you know. Like that's 100% not an Impossible Burger, you know. And it's like it's great. It's not even a burger. You know what a turkey burger looks like? Like it
Exactly,
got that
yeah.
great tint to it.
Yeah.
Like, that's a turkey burger. And then so like we look it up, you know. The Impossible Burger is a product name. Like that's the same burger. It always looks the same.
Exactly.
It's not
yeah.
up to interpretation.
Yeah.
That's how the burger comes. You know what I mean?
And then,
So then we called over, like it was just like, look, we think there was a mistake, you know, with this, and somehow she got a turkey burger and not the Impossible Burger. And she's like, the lady's like, that's how our Impossible Burger looks. And it's like, just like lying to us, you know, just like lying instead of admitting that she fucked up.
yeah.
You know, and it's like we're just like, what? It's like that's not an Impossible Burger right there. And like, even if it's not a turkey burger, it's not the Impossible Burger,
Right,
you know.
right.
And she just like lying right to her face was like, okay, you know. And I remember like, dog. I mean, this just like goes on and on about this place, but bro, I gotta.
Terrible
So at this point, like, I'm scared of everything. So I'm just like, give me a Caesar salad. I swear to you, yo, like this Caesar salad, bro, tasted like ammonia was on it, yo. It was like literally like straight like the Caesar was like spoiled or something. You know what I mean? Like the Caesar dressing must have been like bad.
Yeah.
And it was just horrific, dog. It made me throw up like in my mouth, dog, off one bite, just so bad. I'm just like, as she's approaching, I'm just like, this literally like I didn't know like proper etiquette. You know, they're all waitresses
Well,
or
at this point,
I'm just saying, like they're all in the industry.
Yeah.
But like for me, like as she's walking up, I'm like, it tastes like poison. Like that was the only way I could say it. I'm like, try it. Cause like I couldn't believe it. So I'm like telling her, I'm like, try one piece of it. Like just try one piece of it. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, everybody else same exact thing. They tasted it and it was the same exact thing. But like this, you know, taste it and then like once she walked away, like you're not apparently supposed to do that to the waitress. I didn't know that.
Taste it. Gotta taste
You
it.
tell them to taste it. Yeah, like they're not allowed to.
Well, why is that? Well,
They're not allowed to.
They're not allowed to taste
They're not allowed to taste it. Period. They can't do that.
Really?
Yeah, they just have to take it back.
Huh.
Yeah. So I didn't know that. I just like couldn't believe it. So it's
I
like
didn't know either. Now, no, that's great.
and then bro, and then just like it goes on and on, bro. Like
Gordon Ramsay does that.
she never came back for like refills, you know. She never came back to the table one time. And then to top it all off, bro, we got a trio of dips that was like queso, guac, and like salsa or something.
Right.
And she brought us out the meat sampler appetizer. And like it's like none of us eat meat, bro. And then literally it's like 6 pieces of beef cube sirloin, like 6 chicken tenders, and like 5 like boneless chicken nuggets or something. Bro, I have no idea. And like it got like after all this happened, me and Chas are like, let's just get up and leave. It's not even about like saying anything anymore. Like once you like said that was an Impossible Burger, bro, that was enough for me.
Yeah.
I'm just like, let's just get up and leave. And we still didn't leave, bro.
Right.
We still sat there,
Yeah.
still tipped. You know what I mean? Ate what we could. Still never cussed nobody out or nothing like that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like,
Even
and that's
though
the worst.
warranted.
That's as bad as you could possibly imagine.
Yeah,
like when somebody lies to your face like that, you know what I mean? Like imagine someone brought you like bone-in chicken and you order it boneless and it's like, that's our chicken. Like that's basically what that is. You know, that's our chicken comes.
That's how our bone-in wings come.
Yes.
It's like everything.
And it's funny when they're like, "Oh, I think you said that." It's like, listen, dude, I literally don't eat that. I legit don't. I don't eat it. Like it's
Yeah,
not
so
in my
why would- yeah,
diet. I
exactly.
would never say it.
Exactly.
I would never say
No one
that.
here would say that.
We would
like,
never say
exact-
meat sampler appetizer.
like,
It's
please,
not
please.
even a thing that comes out of our mouth.
See, I just yeah, but so that's where I gotta say I'm relatively. I can't think of one experience where I had anything that's like really.
That's the only time it's
You
ever
know?
been that bad in my life, bro. That was the
Yeah.
worst ever. One time. That's it.
Like there was one time it was early on, and I was like we asked for Dr. Pepper, and the girl was just like, like, we don't have that, like, and I remember I ordered some like mussels, and like they came out, and they were like, you know how mussels look when you come out. These were like exploded, you know what I'm saying? Like the inside part, like you would like try and pull something out, and then like it would just like kind of like fall apart, and then I was just like, what the fuck? Like, there's nothing even in here.
What did they do? Did they
And I remember
over-
I was just going through them. I was like, they all did it. So I tried to send them back, and then there was like, okay, you know, I guess we'll comp it after you eat half of them. It was like, there's nothing to fucking eat
They
there.
said that to you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was
Bro,
like
who said that? The worker
yeah,
or the manager?
The waitress is like, I was like, okay, like it's little fucking bitch. That's why you guys went in the ground.
Wow,
Went in the fucking
bro.
ground. That's what I'm saying.
I can't believe they said that.
You're just a bitch. It was just like,
That's what I'm saying. It's not your position. If the
That's what I'm
manager
saying.
does it, you're like,
when I did it from her, I was like, all right, look at this, and they would just like fall apart, and I was like literally just.
I
like,
wish I could see
unedible.
what you're talking about because, like, I'm
One
not.
of the shorter ones.
They
was,
were
like,
mushy.
So like, I guess there was a point where they were either like cooked out or spoiled to where like it was like over like stretched, and then like whenever you try to put like a fork through it, it would kind of like snap and like go to like the sides, and it would be like nothing. It was like so thin. It was like nothing in there, pretty much.
Huh.
It was like a membrane or some shit in there. It was just like, you know how muscles look. You pull that thing out. This is a muscle.
Yeah.
That's a piece. That's the piece. That's the part I'm supposed to eat. Whereas this was like the under part of that or some shit like that, to where it was just cooked so hard that it just came up, and then you could try and pull that out, but it would just fall apart. Like,
Disgusting.
yeah, exactly. It was like I couldn't eat nothing out of those things. You know, it's like I would go in, oh, there's nothing coming out. Like you didn't give me muscle, you gave me shells.
So what did you ask for? Did you ask for new
Well,
muscles
No,
or
I was,
what?
after seeing that, I was just like, well, I don't have much faith in what you're giving me. So
Right. And
I
you're
was-
always scared to ask for something.
Well, I was just like, yeah, I don't want that. You know, I was just like, and then she was like, well, I guess we'll comp it for you because after you eat half of it.
That's
so,
a bitch for
so
sure.
So she offered to comp it at that moment. I was just like, well, I guess that's what I wanted. You know?
Yeah,
It's like,
comp it, bitch.
yeah, you know,
For
it's
sure.
Like, at this
You're gonna
point,
be like
comp it.
that.
Yeah.
Dog, I lied
Did
to you
write it
not.
down.
One
Did not write it
time,
down.
Squires. I'm putting the name out there. I ordered a chicken Caesar for him. This is like 5 years ago. I ordered chicken Caesar, bro. I swear to God, Steve, right across the top of the middle of the chicken Caesar is just the thickest, longest piece of black hair I've ever seen. Just so thick and just so long, right across the middle. So I just take a picture of it and like, I never do this, dog. I'm like, I cannot eat it. I couldn't eat a wet piece of
You
hair
couldn't
in there
eat
that
it,
big
no.
period, but really
No.
this piece was like,
Yeah.
no. So I call him up. I'm like, look, I never do this. I literally never send it back. I don't send shit back. Like I blame the person usually that orders something, but this is straight up like dirty.
Yeah.
So I'm like, there's a piece of hair in there. They're like, okay. Dog, I lied to you, not dog. They sent me another one back. Piece of hair in it, bro. Yeah, I've never been so disgusted in my
Yeah.
life, bro.
What'd you do at that point?
Just threw it away. Didn't even care. Never ordered again.
Yeah.
Just like,
you-
okay.
simple
Well, you
as
just
that.
lost forever. Yeah.
Simple as that.
But I'm just
You
like,
know?
I'm the type of guy that like literally I'll let anything go. Like
Yeah.
I order cream of crab soup, you bring me regular crab soup, I eat it.
Yeah.
And whatever.
Exactly,
I've always
yeah.
been like that. If I
Yeah.
get something and I don't like the taste of it, I don't send it back.
Yeah.
Like
No,
a lot of people
I
will be like,
was
oh,
saying.
it don't, or it's not how you wanted it necessarily. Like it's like, I ordered it. You know,
Exactly. I
I only send it back when it's straight up disrespectful or it's just something I can't eat, basically.
Like it's dirty. It's not.
Yeah.
You know, just like hair, anything like it's just.
I don't know how, like, I go down some places like on Monument and you see like these chicken and trout places or something. I'm just like, I don't know how anybody is going to a place that looks like that, bro.
Yeah.
I work with guys of all nationalities, all colors, and they all go to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They got no. I'm just like, dog, that place is unsanitary, bro. You're not gonna tell me it ain't.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't know. You
yeah,
can see
come
the
on, come on.
outside.
Come on, like
It's falling apart.
you know. Be good, bro. It's like
We've talked about it. Sometimes it is fucking good, right?
Yeah.
A lot of
It
times it
good,
is, but it ain't sanitary.
And no, you never get sick though.
You might get got.
That's where you kind of like, you're just like, I didn't get sick though.
But kidney disease comes about 38 for you. Something about that. It's not processed right. It's low quality shit.
Well, you got chicken box every day for like the past 10 years from this spot, so
You could tell, like in a cheesesteak. When you eat a cheesesteak, you could tell right away how that meat is.
Yeah, that's one thing that's really disappointing. Is like that's one thing. That's why I never really ordered cheesesteaks, because for me it's either it's hit or miss, you know. It's like you either got that or you have that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit we're talking about, where you like, I know it's a steak.
Yeah.
No, you double charge me for the steak up, bro. Like, come on, I gotta have a whole pack steak on this fucking.
I fucked up cooking some steak one time.
How'd you fuck up steak up, bro?
Dog, we fucked up.
You burn them.
It's a funny story, dog. No, you can undercook them too, brother.
But that seems really hard because they're so thin.
You can undercook them too, brother.
That seems hard to do, man. I don't undercook a steak.
Or they were bad, right? Yeah, okay. Or they were bad. One of those two, right?
How'd you undercook a steak?
That's what we did, me and Justin, bro. We also we fucked up a lot of shit. We was cooking, man. We want some food. We fucked everything was nasty up. Everything, bro. There was for a long time I couldn't eat certain things, like even mac and cheese. I had to slowly progress back to, like that kind of, like Velveeta and shit like that,
right.
And corn, like out, like not on the cob.
Yeah,
we fucked those up so bad, bro. Trying to season them, we put like sugar in the mac and cheese. And we did some shit to like this. I think we like made the corn real sugary and salty, and just those mixed with the bad steakum or undercooked steakum, dog. It just killed us, dog. He spent the whole night at my house. Us two just throwing up all fucking night, bro. 100% from that meal, like. As we're eating it, we're just like, as we're eating it, bro. I've never had that happen in my life, Still to this day, as we're eating the meal, literally, it's like, we look at each other, it's like, and we go upstairs. We're the whole night in the bathroom throwing up from this meal that we didn't even eat all of. Literally, might have took like 2 bites of everything.
Now you're throwing up all night.
All night, bro. It was something that just like was horrific. Something was bad, bro. We did something wrong. I don't know what it was.
Well, I think first off, you're fucking putting sugar in your mac and cheese. I mean, I don't know what that does. It does not sound good though.
Bro, nothing was good. It was literally the worst thing. It's just horrible. This is absolutely horrible, bro. So many times fucking up.
Because like I've mixed some things that I thought would be good together, like cream cheese with like this like weird like cheese whiz jalapeno dip. That thought sounds pretty good. You're like, oh, cream cheese, I like that on bagels. I also like this cheese whiz that's jalapeno cheddar on my crackers. Must be good together. It's something about it was just fucking off. But you just cooked a bunch of shit and it just literally fucked you up for the whole. I never had some shit do that to me. Well, except trying to say that, but I never cooked anything like that.
Just thinking of me and him, and thinking of the time reminds me of another time. I remember we're walking through Industrial Park, bro. I can't remember if I told you that, but there's a FedEx over there.
Yeah.
And we see all the FedEx trucks. We're like, yo, let's hop on the FedEx trucks and, look at the stars and shit, We go on top of there, bro. We're just laying down, fucking around, joking for mad long, probably like an hour. Next thing you know, dog, entire body's hurting. Look around, bro. These entire roofs are fiberglass. And we just are rolling in it, bro, with short sleeves, shorts on. Dog, no. Next thing you know, bro, the fucking pain all over our body, bro, was just insane, You know how we got it out, I went back home. You know them hard Brussels things you use like for your feet, like your heels and shit? Yeah. I took one of those and I attached a bar of soap and we had to scrape our body until basically like we took skin off.
Yeah.
They all around, to get the pain off. It hurts so bad.
What
It
the
is just
fuck?
idiot. Just young and dumb and idiots.
Well, well,
I know what you're doing.
Oh my! I can't imagine that, bro. You're just rolling on top of this
Horrific.
fiber. What the
You know,
fuck?
it's funny how dumb you are as a kid, man. You don't really
Yeah.
think, yo. You're just like, that's not fun. That sounds fun.
Yeah, good time until you realized you probably even know it was fiberglass until like you start.
Till it
hurting.
hurt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
until it start hurting.
That's usually how it is, right? You don't learn until you hurt.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. But I mean, like, you guys would never knew what fiberglass was, you know?
No, I had no idea.
Yeah, exactly, man. You learned real quick though.
Yeah.
You know, that's where like I knew someone who used to work at a fiberglass factory, like where they would mess with that shit all day, and they were pretty much just itchy all the time.
I bet.
You know,
That shit
like,
sucks, bro.
Yeah, I'm just like, you can't pay me enough, man.
The worst part is my job, bro. I've seen some old ass ladders where the entire thing is just fiberglass at this point because it's made of fiberglass, but it's smoothed out in the beginning, so it's easy. It feels good.
Usually coated. Yeah.
Water, sun, winter, summer. That thing just becomes all gold fucking fibers of glass, bro.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. And it's like, I need a new one. They're just like, no, you don't. You know, like, no, I need a new one. Like, it's really painful. Like,
do you motherfuckers get it? Like,
you can't even use gloves. You know what I mean? Because you're still like, it's still coming through. It's still getting in there. It makes me itch thinking about it, bro. I hate them.
Yeah, bro. Like,
I hate
I hate when people who try and get that shit by you, where you're just like, look, no. Do you understand fiberglass? You must not know.
It's crazy.
I don't still blame them because they're also expensive as fuck.
It's what it is. Yeah, what it is. But like I know at my job, like it's you. I mean, after a while, you build up a rapport, you know, a chemistry where people respect your word.
Yeah.
But I know, like, there's been times where I'm just like the other day I'm doing this job. There's like 10 pieces I gotta do. And I bang them all out, like 9 of them. And there's just one dog where, like, I got to take the entire thing off the hinges, you know, and outside.
Yeah.
I'm like 30 feet up down Hollandtown, bro. And one of them houses, like, on the corner with the balconies, about 30 feet up. And I got to go off of a 6-foot ladder that I don't got. So I got a 4-foot, right? Swing this thing out from the top to the bottom. Weighs like 150 pounds outside like this and pull it back in and then reattach all this shit, everything. I'm just like, bro, I don't have a 6-foot ladder. It's like, oh, well, you get down 4 foot. I'm like, even on a 6-foot ladder, this is just super insanely dangerous.
I love hearing your stories about work because, like, I think about some of the hard days I have at work. I'm not swinging 6-foot ladders. I'm messing with this little stack of paper that's like, it's like, I mean, like, that has its own woes, but it's not swinging 6-foot ladders around woes, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's some things that when you print, like, you know, when you have it two-sided, you just gotta get it. People think that just lines up automatically. You gotta make that line up. The thing about this, though, is that the machines are kind of have like a spec rating to them to where, like, they jump. So, like, they're expected to jump and not match up perfectly all the time. So, when you cut that shit, you got to kind of, like, finesse it a little bit. That's my hard day at work.
Some tediousness.
You know, just tedious. Yeah, I got my swinging 6-foot ladder. So, like, I just love how, like, it puts into perspective my hard days. Although they are stressful, my hard days.
I'll tell you what, it's not. Well, I mean, we've been over it before, but it definitely is some satisfaction. Like, I told that guy, I'm like, I don't even know if we're going to do that one, honestly, but I'll see what I can do, try and set it up.
I see that it's always your thing. Like, I don't think we can do this one, but I'll see what I can do.
I'll see what I can do. I talk about it. I was like, I don't know about that one, bro.
I always fuck myself that way, man. You know?
Like the one you pulled up on me the other day. Remember I was down there? Like that job, like, was supposed to be so easy, you know? It was supposed to be just two little pieces and another piece probably should have been done in 35 minutes. Yeah. You get down there and it's just nothing like it's supposed to be, bro.
I saw clean some glass.
Yeah, we're in there, bro, and we're all in there. and like we're starting on the first of 3 pieces. Yeah. And we're just seeing it so much more than what we think it is. Yeah. And we're just like, oh fuck, man. So then like we're trying to get this piece in that we shouldn't be trying to get in because it's not how it should be. Right. It cracks. So then we're like, fuck, we got to cut a whole nother piece. We get this piece.
In the weeds, man.
We get this piece, bro. We're in the weeds, bro.
I can read you, bro.
It's like 3:30 at this point, you know? I'm like, you know? It's like,
I think it was more like 4.
It might have been 4, yeah. So then we cut this other piece, bro. we're still at this point. I then look at the other two pieces. I then talk to my boy. I'm like, you don't even want to see those
Yeah, there's
ones.
2 trucks on there, man.
I'm
There's
like,
2
yeah.
trucks
So I'm
out
talking
there.
about that's my man. So I'm like, yo, you don't even want to look at the other two, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, at this point, it's about to be 4:30. I'm like, yo, this is probably gonna be the one, that we do. So we cut the piece, get it in there, and like on the last tap of it, bro, it like got a little oyster on the end. It's a little tiny tap. The guy comes over and says something about that. So at this point, like my boy's all mad, it's like we just worked like 2 hours on this shit that was supposed to take like 30 minutes to do 3 of. We just took 2 hours on one.
Yeah.
It's 4:30. We're already on OT. Like shit's just sick. We just look at this guy, bro. And it's like, listen, we're probably not gonna be doing this at all. None of this. Because we're just so mad. It's like, oh, this is all not what it's supposed to be.
Exactly,
Okay,
yeah.
so it's gonna get figured out here. It's so funny how like you have jobs like that, and then I have some job that like sometimes I do a job so quick that like customer will get mad.
Yeah.
It's like I paid you that much, to do that, and it's like you had them easy ass jobs. It's like, well, you know what I mean? Take longer.
Yeah.
I mean, the job's a job. And then you got some that are supposed to take a little as bit of time. You get into it and you're just like, literally, bro, we're going to be here till like 8 o'clock at night doing these.
Yeah.
And that's even if we can get them done. Like this on some crazy shit. I'll tell you what, something sketchy about that store I was working in down there on Broadway, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, they got inventory on inventory on inventory on inventory. 4 levels of inventory, bro, of everything you can imagine, Steve. Everything, bro. From hand warmers to frosted flakes to recliners to air conditioners, packaged water, anything, clothes, whatever you want, they got it. And you're looking at this shit and you're like, bro, there's no way you're just getting this shit. You're not you know what I mean? You're not the dollar store like this. Like, bro, someone's hitting some trains or someone's hitting some trucks.
Oh, yeah, that's where I imagine a lot of it comes from,
They're getting some dirty shit, bro. They literally have like 100 extra large boxes of frosted flakes. 1,000 hand warmers. You know what I mean? Like 500 golf clubs. Like you're just like, all junkies coming here. It's 4 levels.
I see what you're talking about now.
Of just layers of shit.
You got a BJ's vibe going on right now. It's like you have this wholesale
packed to the T, bro. Just everywhere. Imagine BJ's, but shit everywhere. Yeah. It was so much shit, bro. So much inventory. Huh?
You gotta check it out.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you. I don't know if you want to buy some shit because it's either hot or maybe expired. Because it don't make no sense how much shit they got, bro. You can't, even if, let's just say they didn't buy one more thing. They could not sell all that shit for 50% off in a year. That's literally how much shit they got, bro. You could not sell this much shit in a year. It's so much shit. I wish I would have took a video of it because it's just unrealistic. So somebody needs to investigate the owner of that place.
You're opening an inquiry right now?
I'm opening an inquiry. Ed Norris. You're out there.
You're doing your investigative journalism right now? Like
something ain't adding up.
This is where you kick off your news.
And I'm pissed off that he bitched about that little mark in the glass. Yeah. So I'm coming for him now. No, I'm holding a grudge.
That's funny because that's what makes my job kind of like stressful because like there's fucked up jobs, but it's also like time based because people need things, especially when like they come up in these fucked up factors that we work with. What I work with sometimes is they'll just need it quickly and like you gotta get it to them. Once you take it in, it's like, well, I gotta get it to you. It's like right, no matter which way I get it out, it could be wrong. I shouldn't say that, but it could be wrong. It's like, well, if you need it, it's like it might be slightly wrong, but here you go. It's like,
I got it to you.
Exactly. I mean, just like there's just some shit like again. I just say it's tedious, but like there's just things that people don't think about when it comes to actually doing this shit.
In anything, in anything, right? The person working at the Dollar Tree, there's something that we're not thinking about that person has to deal with every day that we don't even think about.
Yeah.
What do you think your dream job would be?
That's pretty tough one. Let me see.
Hentai creator, hentai director.
There you go. No, I'm thinking like I just go off off the top of my head. I think like car restoration would probably be pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool.
Restore some old cars. That's just your job. You're just restoring old cars. Yeah, that'd be cool. I would want to do something mechanical like that. Then also like I shouldn't say architect. Like that just sounds like because architect being an architect would be pretty cool too.
That is fucking
You know,
dope.
I mean
I
like
like that
you
one.
may not build your shit, but like to me, what I think I've said it before. Where like I think one of the coolest things you could probably do is like if you design a building on paper that let's say it fits on a 2 foot by 3 foot piece of paper, but you designed the World Trade Center. It's standing there. That's it. Look at this. It's fucking huge.
Why couldn't
You
you
know?
work a little bit on it too, right? Why couldn't you go move some sand or something just to say, hey, I built it too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, if I was an architect, I'm like, all right, I laid out my blueprints. Now I'm gonna work on some shit to make sure it's done right too.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
exactly.
know some shit
Yeah.
other than architecture.
Yeah, but like usually when people are architects,
Yeah, they're like real gay, and they're like,
No,
the corner's on right. I picture him
fun.
like French for some reason.
They usually
The
work in
corners!
fun, and then they'll win bids and like they'll design some shit and then they send it off and don't even see it again. You know what I'm saying? That's what
The corner's 79 degrees. I ordered 73 with precise marble towel on the outside, a custom oven in the sunlight.
Bro, it's funny you say that because like I literally had someone come in doing that. They were an architect, so like they were talking to me about the architectural scale and like when you say a certain like term, it means this type of scale. Like every inch equals 200 feet or whatever it might be. They say like a word for it. You know, they'll be like it's on the 10th scale. You know, it's like oh that means it's like 3.5 miles every inch. And she's just shoot this shit off at me. I'm just like, what the fuck do you mean?
He's like,
What? Yeah, do that. And I'm just like, all right, what do you mean? Like, it's just, can you like break that up a little bit? Like you just throw in the Chevy, just like, oh, it's the 10th scale, but I'm trying to get it to be like big enough to where it matches the 8th scale. I'm just like, so I mean,
what do you need? What you want? 14 font?
Or like you want the 18? You said
you know what bullshit you the most about listening? A drunk person. Like I was sitting there watching, like I had some friends over Saturday, and I was watching my friend who works for BG&E talk to this another guy I know that was just super fucking drunk. And like my friend is like a nice guy and he's not that drunk and he's just like going into super detail about his job because the guy asked him.
Right.
And he's telling him about like what he does and what he has to do. And the whole time, like he's just using these terms that I'm having trouble with.
Yeah.
So I know this guy that's twice as drunk as me is having trouble. And he's just like, yeah. It's just like, but he's like a good enough alcoholic to like stay there to like keep my friend fooled. So he's just like, so when you run the wire, like people like this, right? They say something that you said to them, right?
Yeah.
But they say it wrong.
Yeah.
So you get that. I always struggle with this one. Inclination? You're inclined, like, you know, you're inclined to think that they heard what you said, but they didn't imprint it perfectly and they misspoke it wrong. They didn't get it fully.
Right.
When really they didn't hear 99% of what you just said. They picked literally the one thing that they heard and they said it wrong. And you're just like, oh, well, he's interested, but he just got it wrong. No, bro, it's the brown wire. It's like, dog, this guy don't know what the fuck you're saying,
You just
bro.
kind of repeated what the last thing you said. Is it why
wrong?
I take the red wire and then I move it to the blue wire. He's like, wait, red to brown?
The blue.
No, it was a red to blue wire. Like,
and then you go on a 10-minute rant.
Yeah, so the blue is this and that.
And then you get back to it and he's like, so 4-foot ladder. You know what I mean? And it was sad to see.
And he's just like, yeah, you know, I use Ohm's law, which is something that you use. He's like, oh yeah, Crohn's. And my grandma has that. Like, oh no, it's called Ohm's law.
I'll tell you some funny shit, man. I
I
caught the bus home today, and like these two fiends get on. Right, I know, right? I've been getting. It's my second one I caught recently, and
cool, actually.
it was pretty cool. And I got one that drops me off right out front, and it's right next to my job, so it's perfectly.
Yeah.
But I get two fiends hop on, a boy and a girl couple, and like the woman's like furred. They're both on dope, and she's like. It's go crazy to say that, and like you just know what I'm talking about. They're both on dope. Like, you know what I mean? If I said that right now, and like, I don't know, like, you know, a prestige community or something. You know, it's
She
just
was
like
dope.
that was a dope head on the bus on the orange route.
To the bus? Like, what bus?
But
You mean the shuttle?
yeah. So she gets on there. She's like, I got one. She's like, I got one bus token. And at this point, like, she's just making a scene because you can't take off until
that's a super fiendy statement. When
she's
you
like,
start taking bus
she's like, I got
tokens.
exactly. She's like, well, listen. She's like, I got one bus token, and I want us both to get a bus pass. And this bus token's only good for one bus pass. So how much will it cost for us both to get a bus pass? And the guy's like, well, if that's good for one bus pass, the other one's like, I forget what it was, like $3.90 or whatever. And he's like, so it would be $3.90. And she's just like, okay, I got change in my pocket. Wait a second. And like at this point, the guy's like walking by, he's like, she got change in her pocket. And they go back and they sit down. And of course, when they sit down, they can't find enough change, right? And they're just like, oh, it's short, like $1.20. So at this point, like, she's like making this big scene, like, does anyone got change for a $10 bill? Does anybody got change? Like over and over and over. So I checked the straight up, don't got it, you know. Eventually, after like 15 times, somebody's like, I got change. And she's just like, and then like they can't find the $10 bill. Right? So then at this point, it's like we've done what, like 15 blocks. Everybody just forgets about it. These people just ride for free. Nobody ever says nothing, but like it was like such a big thing for everybody. Just like,
it's funny because that's the most fucking bus story you can give.
It's so feeny too.
Well, it's feeny, but I mean, like that happens on a bus
and like,
once a day.
You know, the bus guy, like, he don't even really give a fuck. He's like, if there's room, he's like, just get the fuck on. I gotta go. I gotta make my times, bitch.
Exactly. Like I'm not gonna argue.
But it was funny how like long they carried it on. You know, it was like 20 minutes of them being like, is anyone? Then they're just like, and then they're just like, oh, I can't find it. And then it's like, and then the whole time she's like, check my pocket. Check my pocket. And he's like, even if I did find change in there, it's not enough. And like, it's just this big thing. They're loud, you know? So then listen, bro, because this is just so funny. Because like
the whole finesse.
I wish I had all this on video. Because like this was literally my bus ride. That was about like 40 minutes, right? So then eventually like they get off, and then like another guy gets on. He's right in the front seat. He gets right on his phone, bro. I swear to God, bro. He's like 2 seats in front of me. I'm sitting at the first ones that go, you know, horizontal. He's at the first seat. And he's like, he asked this just fat guy that's like across from him that's just completely out of it, like half asleep, half tired. He's like, how you spell Dre? I swear to God, bro. And he looks at all of us. He's like, how you spell Dre? And we're all just like, I don't even know to take him serious or not. So he asked the guy again. He's like, how do you spell Dre? And the guy's like, I would say like D-R-U. And then he's like, so then he's just like, he's like shakes his head. And he's talking to the phone. He's like, Dre. He's like trying to get the speech to text. He's like, Dre. So then eventually he calls another guy. And he's so loud. Like, you know how people be so loud on the bus on their phones? Like he's talking.
Yeah, bro.
He's talking, right? And he's like, yo, send me Dre's number. He's like, you know Dre. Send me Dre's number. I gotta talk to him. And like he's so close to me, like I'm not even trying to hear this guy's combo. I really don't care. But it's just like eavesdropping because he's so close.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And then he's like, so he calls Dre. At this point, I know all of this, you know. He calls Dre up. He's talking to him. He's like, yeah. He's like, I got this guy. He's like, telling him, he's like, I got this guy. And he's saying he runs shit over where you be selling that. Like, just so loud on the bus. And he's just, like, going back and forth. And then eventually he's just like, oh, well, I'm on the methadone program right now. And then he's just, like, so loud, yo. You're just like, bro, I truly live in Baltimore, bro. This is truly a Baltimore bus story.
100. That is the bus. That's not a story, bro.
You're right.
That's the
bus. The Baltimore bus.
That's a day on a MTA bus. Like we've all been there. It's like
you remember when the guy was shooting out of the bus, double gun?
Yeah,
on Tulloch Ave,
bro. Where just like, I mean, he peeks out the door, just like
he went so hard, didn't he?
Yeah, just.
Yeah. You know who went harder? The guy that recorded it. Because he's like a car away from this dude that's got double pistols banging off. Dude, that guy reloaded.
He was literally looking like he had the perfect spot to get the door in frame that he was coming out of. They couldn't get the whole bus in frame.
No.
Only the door he was shooting out of for him to be shooting, he could literally just be like, and lit him up. But like, he was behind some, of course. But let me like.
You mean he dual wielding them bitches,
But
bro?
I remember when he shot out the door in the video, like he did one this way.
And then he did something that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one that way. You know?
And then he reloaded.
Yeah. That's what tripped me out about that fucking.
They said he
prison
robbed
video.
someone.
That prison video you sent me, where like they let the dudes in and they shot that guy
That's
in the head.
insane.
Like I remember, I was looking, I was just like, wait, hold up, did he drop a clip? And then the other guy handed him another clip. And I'm like, why'd that guy let him in?
It's so many headshots.
He shot him in the head 10, 20 times.
Yeah. It's all headshot.
Shooting everywhere. I'm just like, he was dead after the first one.
Well, that's all about like that Spanish disrespect your body shit, you know? That's why they hatched his legs and shit.
Yeah.
They want to do that so you can't have a casket open.
Yeah.
That boy got a closed casket.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Not really, but interesting. Scary.
That's what I mean. That's just a street thing, period.
That would explain.
That's why they shoot people in the head. Like it's
that
not only a kill shot, but
that probably explains like that why Junior got it that bad from New York. Like when they
for
set
sure,
him
bro.
up,
For sure, yeah.
So I just remember them hacking the legs and shit. Yeah.
A lot of that execution style shit. That's why.
I got you, man. Yeah. That's just one of those things I just never thought about. You're just like, when you just put it together from him, it's like,
Yeah, just learned that from rap. And there's so many rappers talking about close his casket, you know, give him that closed casket shit. Yeah,
you're right. You're right about that. Yeah, but again, just that one thing that was just like, oh, that's what that is.
Well, you learn something new every day.
I was just like, hey, that's what that is.
Tuning into the shit show again. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. Keep watching, keep liking, keep subscribing. I love you.
That's the shit show. Signing off. That's a new banner. New banner.